A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents The Milton Berle Show. Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all.
Philip Morris!
From Radio City in New York, Philip Morris presents The Milton Berle Show with Bert Kelton, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Mary Shipp, Arthur Q. Bryan, Al Kelly, our singing star Dick Farney, the music of Ray Block and his orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, scientists tell us that people on vacation today don't know how to relax. In discussing the problem of relaxation tonight, we bring you a man well known for putting people to sleep, Milton Berle.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Gallup, did I hear right? I, vivacious, effervescent, scintillating Milton Berle? Me, I put people to sleep with my jokes? Oh, how dare you? I fling the challenge in your teeth. Hey, that's dangerous. He can fling his teeth back at me. And I'll fling that back at the writer. Listen. No, I really, I don't put people to sleep. Listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, I will offer $500 to anyone who can prove that listening to me put them to sleep. Let me repeat that offer. $5 to anyone who can prove. Hello? What? One of my jokes put you to sleep? It's ridiculous. Tell me the joke. Yeah? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Berle, wake up.
What? Who deals? Oh, the phone. Yes. Hello? Yes, you win. That's my joke. Yeah, well, you'll get the money. I'll drop it off on my way home, Mother. Good night. Gee, Mr. Gallo, what a memory my mother has for jokes. Thank goodness.
Well, Berle, let's get back to our subject, relaxation.
Well, you tell us about it, Mr. Gallo. You always look so relaxed and cool, like you just can't wait to get back on the slab. I mean it, Mr. Gallo. May I ask you something? How do you do it?
Well, I simply spend my weekends at a camp in Connecticut.
A camp?
Yes, Camp Beethoven.
Camp Beethoven, yes.
It's a paradise for music lovers. For 2 days, we just let ourselves go.
You really rough it, eh?
Rough it? Oh, we're practically savages.
Are you?
At breakfast, we just sit there with our spats unbuttoned.
Gee, that's barbaric. What else do you do?
Well, we finish breakfast at 3 in the afternoon.
3 in the afternoon?
Yes, we have to sit around for hours waiting for the oboe players to finish eating.
It takes them that long?
Small mouths, you know.
Oh, yes, sure.
They have to eat their grape nuts one at a time.
Oh, no. And then what happens?
Off we go down Rachmaninoff Road for a dip in Lake Shostakovich.
Oh, I bet that's peachy, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. It's a mad scramble down to the shore. Last one in is a Carmen Lombardo.
Oh, you devils, you. Well, after such excitement, Mr. Gallup, you must fall into bed exhausted. Or as old Lud Beethoven would say, Ausgepoop.
Oh, heavens, no. At
No.
night, there's a campfire and Deems Taylor takes over.
Deems Taylor. Oh, with the funny stuff. Yeah. Well, what does Deems do?
Well, first, he comes out wearing a lampshade on his head.
Oh, that's comical. Yes.
Then he moistens the palms of his hands and squeezes out the entire score of Mussorgsky's Night on Bald Mountain.
Oh, Mr. Gallup, my size, that's what... Nothing. But let's go on with the show, please. Let's go on with the show. If you don't mind, Mr. Block. Oh, you played it good tonight. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as the tempo of modern civilization quickens, man is forced to get away from it all. Sometimes they take to the woods, like Senator Brewster, but sometimes he turns... Your name and address again, please. The woman is here every week. Thanks, Mom. Sometimes a man likes to take to the woods and get away from it all. Sometimes he turns to nature. Here he finds tall pines, rippling streams. Oh, that's lovely. One of the secrets for relaxation. All right, Ray. Oh, thank you. That's enough. One of the secrets of Okay, Ray. Knock off. Thank you. All right. The mood has been set. Thank you. Stop. I'll stop him. Attention, racing fans. Here are the results of the first race at Saratoga. I told you. How I stopped them. That always works. What an orchestra. They just sit there, but their minds are thousands of miles away with their bookies. Going to the baseball game has been one of America's greatest means of relaxation. Now, you take the case of Mr. C.C. Slocum of St. Louis, Missouri, who has found the secret of relaxation. He came all the way to Brooklyn and is now at Ebbets Field watching the Dodgers play the St. Louis Cardinals. Here he finds perfect relaxation. Come in, Ebbets Field. Mr. Slocum, are you enjoying yourself?
I'm having a grand time.
Well, that's good.
Play ball!
Come on, Brooklyn!
Hooray for St. Louis!
And that is Mr. Slocum's secret for relaxation. Mr. Slocum is lying there so relaxed. He may still be there for the World Series. But Brooklyn hopes. But Mr. Gallup, will there ever be anything more relaxing? How do you like that? Sound like Lum and Abner. Mr. Gallup, will there be anything more relaxing than the seashore? Mr. Gallup, remember? Remember when you and that only girl walked along the beach as you sang? By the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, how happy we'll be. By the beautiful sea with Cynthia. Cynthia, I remember the first time that I met Cynthia. It was at the beach. I was digging for clams, and I came up with her. But when Cynthia came out of the water and she threw her robe off her shoulders, the way the sun would glance off the back where it said Golden Gloves, 1912. Cynthia was so dainty. Salt water wasn't good for her hair. She used to have to put it up on the top shelf of her locker. Oh, what fun Cynthia and I had by the seashore. I'd throw a stick in the water, and in a little while she'd come out with it with an amount with, hello. Like I had that stick in my mouth. And the way the crowds... It'd be funny if this is an audition and we don't know it. And the way the crowds would scatter when they'd see, hello. Too bad this is not an hour show, you know. 30 minutes to hear it and 30 minutes to regret it. But it was the little things I loved about Cynthia. When she'd come out of the water, that graceful little way she'd toss her head back to loosen the lobster that was clamped on her nose. Her tinkling little laugh, whenever someone stepped on the broken pop bottle she had hidden in the sand. And the way Cynthia went into a dive. And then the way she'd stagger out. Yes, Cynthia? I love to be beside
beside you, side, side, to see beside you by the beautiful sea.
Oh, bad.
Don't applaud, please. If you like it, just nod. That's all I want. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate to have with us tonight America's foremost authority on relief from nervous tension, author and lecturer on relaxation, Dr. Sigmund Pom-Pom. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pom-Pom.
Thank you.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to say Mr. I meant to say
right,
Doctor.
why
It's
not?
all right. You've been working hard all these years
Very
to
well.
get that name. Dr. Pom-Pom, may I say, using me as your subject, would you demonstrate to our listeners, or our listener, your famous method of relaxation through suggestion?
Of course, Mr. Berle.
You would, all right.
Now, first, say to yourself, I am not nervous. All is calm. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. I am not nervous. All is...
No, Mr. Berle, please.
Yes.
If you keep on breathing to your equilibrium, you must find a certain kind of a chord rate that will give you such a strain, which will never even try to equalize your chord rate. We are the ones who know that you have a pattern. That's our only thing that's back for the boy. And with your hips, it's dangerous. Try it again.
Yes. I am not nervous.
Mr. Berle, I distinctly told you it's all in the way you're scrabbing it. After all, like the rippling chords of the trade page, we find the souls beat of the trade. We are the ones that have no chord of any faith at last. I had the same trouble with Gregory Peck. Try it again.
Yes, sir. I am not...
No. You're making the same mistake another patient made. He said, Dr. Pum-Pum, I would like to forge Beta Krillman. He would like to forge Beta Krillman. What could I tell him? I said, break your own patty because the Bemis of our forceps has always left the grizzly green. And would you believe it?
What?
Today that man is dead. Try it again. No. Again, you are using the wrong approach.
Yeah?
I want you to feel that you are wafted out into the palms of flowers. You are listening to a say which makes you so proud.
All right.
Try it again.
I stand embarrassed. All is pleasure by the...
That's it. Now you're relaxed. Goodbye, and have nice promenade for sleep.
Thank you, Mr. Siley Calvin. Thank you, Dr. Pom-Pom. You're a brilliant man. You know, it isn't what he says, Mr. Gallup, but how he doesn't say it.
Burl, there's work to be done.
Yes, Mr. Gallup. And who am I this week?
Well, nothing is so relaxing as the magic spell of poetry, you know.
Yeah.
And you are that noted poet, Henry Wadsworth Longburl.
Got a laugh.
Yes.
Won't
Now,
happen again, I assure you.
well, if you give me a chance.
No ad-libbing. I'll give you a chance. Say it again. Say it again.
All right. You are that noted poet, Henry Wadsworth Longburl.
I told you.
Well, as you step forward to read your latest poem, your admirers cheer.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Thank you. And now my poem. List. Hark, hark, the lark doth bark. The lark doth bark. Hark, hark.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Thank you. But now I must away.
Wither away.
You wither away, will you? I got to put Johnny on the spot. Tell me, Johnny, and this is no joke, why is Philip Morris so much better to smoke?
Here's your answer, sir.
Yes.
It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved, far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, Try a pack of Philip Morris today.
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to continue our subject of how to relax, we now present...
Relaxation Forum tonight. The question, is the Milton Berle Show taking the place of Novocaine?
Thank you. Tell me, Mr. Gallup, would you say that I'm high-strung?
Yes, you should be, from a tree.
You're gaining. Let's start the forum right now. Let's start with this young man coming up smelling from mothballs. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Jersey City.
Jersey City?
Yeah, they named me after my birthplace.
Oh, you were born in Jersey City?
No, I was born in Newark.
Then why don't they call you Newark?
Newark?
Yeah.
What kind of a name is that for a boy?
Oh, I see.
My father's name is Passaic. I got a brother, Hackensack.
You mean your whole family is named after cities in New Jersey where they were born?
Yeah, all except my mother. It would have been too ridiculous.
Where was she born?
Elizabeth.
Well, that makes sense. All right, Jersey City, you have a question about relaxation?
No. If you want to relax, the best thing is don't ask questions.
But you...
Especially in this hot weather. Leave people alone.
All right,
If you want to stay healthy, just leave people alone.
Okay.
You're no good, I'm telling you. Leave people alone.
But I don't...
You can start with me. Leave me alone.
But all
Look, will you stop pestering me?
Please.
Oh, shut up.
Now, please, pull yourself together.
Sorry, I blew up.
That's all right. All right, now, have you a question?
Well, it's more of a statement.
All right. What's your statement?
Drop dead!
Please. Who's next? This young lady here in the aisle, canning peaches. What is your name, please?
Tallulah Feeney, I'm a homemaker.
I see. And you have a question concerning relaxation?
Yeah, how can I get my husband to calm down? He's sure a nervous jerk.
He's nervous?
It's his job. It's nerve-wracking.
What does he do?
He's a detective down at the gas company.
A detective at the gas company?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock when the waiters leave the gas company.
Yes?
He sniffs them to see if they're taking any home.
He's a nervous man, eh?
Just from worrying, he already lost 60 pounds. He's down to 215.
He's a skeleton.
The doctor says he's got a nervous stomach.
A nervous stomach?
Yeah, it's always afraid it ain't going to get enough food in it.
He can't calm down?
At night he don't sleep. He just keeps tossing and turning.
That bothers you?
It's like sleeping next to a mixmaster.
Well, why doesn't he try sleeping pills?
Are you kidding? He's so full of sleeping pills when he walks he sounds like a ping pong tournament.
Gosh.
One doctor recommended a midnight snack before going to sleep.
Yes?
He made himself a big sandwich, garlic, sausage, onions, and a slab of Liederkranz cheese.
Yes?
He come into bed, turned to me, and said, "Good night, sweetheart."
And he went out like a light?
No, I did.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Mrs. Singer. Thank you. And now in tribute to the great calm and peace that has settled over New York City since the bookies were driven out by the police, let us all join in and sing. Place your bet at twilight when the cops lay low.
And the flickering bookies softly come and go.
Though police are waiting just to catch that schmo.
He'll swim in from Jersey just to take your dough.
Just to take your dough.
Dough.
Here's our young South American singing star, Dick Farney, to sing That's My Desire.
To spend one night with you in our old rendezvous and reminisce with you. That's my desire. To meet where gypsies play down in the and dance till break of day. That's my desire. We'll sip a little glass of wine. I'll gaze into your eyes divine. I'll feel the touch of your lips pressing on mine, to hear you whisper low just when it's time to go. Cherie, I love you so. That's my desire. To hear you whisper low just when it's time to go. Cherie, I love you so. That's my desire.
Wonderful, Dick. Isn't he swell? Dick, you're so relaxing. And speaking of relaxation...
Reminds you of an incident you're going to tell about.
Do you mind?
Not at all.
If you'd rather, I wouldn't.
Oh, please do.
I will.
Carry on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now there's no time left to tell. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Gallup, here's what happened. Last summer, I came home after a long, tough vaudeville tour, split week in Sacramento, and I was worn out, and I was beat. And as I stepped into the house, I'll never forget... Daddy's home. Hello, dear. Hello, Junior. Daddy's...
Milton, get up. Are you hurt?
Junior, how many times must I tell you not to leave your fire engine in front of the door?
You try to find a parking place in New York.
Quiet. Whew. Boy, it's hot. This being in the city is brutal. Hot and sticky.
I know. When a psychiatrist got through with me today, he had to peel me off the couch like a banana.
Oh, what I'd give for one good night's sleep.
Milton, I have a surprise.
Yeah?
Bert Lauer and his wife left for California, and they gave me the keys to their summer house in Mineola on Long Island.
Isn't that nice of them? Well, that's like the country. Oh, boy, just one night's sleep away from the noise of the city. Let's pack. Come on, let's go, everybody. Get that country air coming in through the bedroom window.
Yeah, that riding academy must be right next door.
Enough out of you, Junior. Now go to bed. Oh, boy, am I going to hit the sack. I'm turning out the lights, dear. Good night.
Have a good night's sleep, Milton.
Oh, all right, darling, I will. So quiet in the country. What's that? Help! Lock the doors! Wolves! There!
Milton, quiet. That's just a little cricket.
A cricket? A cricket yelling like that?
That's the noise they make by rubbing their legs together.
Oh, is that all? I was wondering. Well, good night, dear. Just a little cricket. Some noise they get by rubbing their legs together. That one must be wearing corduroy pants. Brother.
Milton, will you get to sleep?
No, give me a shoe. I'll get rid of that cricket. There.
The neighbor's window.
Shh. Listen, see? The cricket is gone. Now for some sleep. What's that?
Tom, say thanks for the lift home.
Nighty.
Good night. Well, party, eh?
Who lives next door? Howard Hughes?
Milton, they went in. They'll be asleep in a minute. Now relax.
Relax, she says. All right.
drunk at the party, huh?
Shut up.
You couldn't even wait for a minute. The cork started the bottles. You was breaking off the neck.
Why, you...
Don't you dare strike me, Brentwood Bendelheimer.
Hey, will you two shut up and let people sleep?
Oh, the Lord's are back. Shut up, you jerk.
Yeah, keep your big nose out of this, lobster face.
Please, will you go to sleep?
Why don't you shut that big bazoo of yours?
Let me sleep.
Yatete.
Oh, please. Darling, where's the bed?
There. It's quiet. Good night, dear.
Good night. Oh, no. One sheep. Two sheep. Ooh. I'll fix that cricket. Scat, shoot, beat it. There. I scared him away. Peace at last. Oh, no.
Answer the phone. It's in the hall.
All right, it's pitch dark. Which way is the hall? His toothbrush he didn't bring. His fire engine he brought. 3 o'clock in the morning and the phone rings. Hello? What? What program am I listening to? Harry Horlick and his A&P Gypsies. Good night. Oh, I don't care about sleeping anymore. I just want to live through the night.
Milton, will you stop roaming about? Now sleep.
Sleep, she says. Oh, this is murder.
Hey, Brentwood, look, our window's broken. Help, police!
It must have been Hey, balloon face! What's the idea?
No, this is
Crazy coming back to our hot apartment in the city at 4 in the morning.
Crazy? Junior, shut the window. There. I don't care if we stifle, as long as we're not in the country. Good night. Sleep at last. No, he followed us home. No. Thank you. Now, Mr. Gallup.
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made by Americans, for Americans, to suit American tastes. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Thank you, Ray Block. Thank you. Your music tonight, you outdid yourself. You were fair. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. We've got lots of time left, but no jokes. Good night.
This is Johnny again, reminding you for perfect smoking pleasure, for Philip Morris.
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. And now, goodbye, Johnny. See you next Tuesday, same time, same station, when Philip Morris will again present the Milton Berle Show. Until then...
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it, 5. Pipe smokers, try Revelation pipe tobacco, a smooth blend of 5 tobaccos. Yes, relax, take 5, take Revelation of fine pipe tobacco. The Milton Berle Show was written by Nat Hiken and Aaron Rubin. This is Frank Allen saying good night for Philip Morris.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Due to the extreme heat in New York, Milton Berle was taken suddenly ill after the early show tonight. Therefore, the following broadcast comes to you by transcription.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents The Milton Berle Show. Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all. City, New York, Philip Morris presents The Milton Berle Show. With Bert Kelton, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Mary Shipp, Arthur Q. Bryan, Al Kelly, our singing star Dick Forney, the music of Ray Block and his orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Keller. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the railways of America. We now bring you a man who was a great inspiration for railroad building. One look at him and you want to make tracks. And here he is, Milton Berle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Gallup, that introduction, one look at me, you want to make tracks? I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate all the trouble you go through just to get jokes like that. Creeping through those dark cemeteries and copying lines off tombstones.
Oh, come now, Bert.
No, Mr. Gallup, I really appreciate it. Imagine digging your way out of your grave every night just for that.
Berle, I'm getting quite fed up with your constant references to my physical appearance.
Mr. Gallup, it's all in fun.
Well, I find your boorish jesting not only crass, coarse, uncouth, and acrimonious, but extremely perverse.
Oh. Perverse? Yes. And just a minute ago, you said you didn't like it.
Berle, I can only say of you what the great Toscanini once said of his fourth French horn player who showed up at a big concert with a leaky valve.
And what did he say?
Graziazza lentano manicote.
Translated?
Schmo. And may I add, it loses nothing in the translation.
A schmo. My, Mr. Gallup, that's awful. That's the first time that I've ever been called that. In Italian. But I'm sorry, Mr. Gallup, if I've offended you. I really am.
That's quite all right. Perhaps I am a bit touchy tonight. Big weekend, you know.
Oh, yeah. You were up at that camp for music lovers again?
Camp Beethoven. And this weekend it was riotous.
Big fun again, eh?
It was a romp. All day Sunday we played games.
You played games?
There was a big three-legged race. And as usual, Mr. Anatole Barini of the Boston Pots Orchestra won.
He always wins?
He has 3 legs.
Wait a minute, Mr. Gallup. A man with 3 legs and he plays in an orchestra?
Well, not really. They use him as a music stand.
Oh, that's right. I remember him now. Old tripod Barini. They used to turn him upside down, throw canvas over him, and use him as a beach umbrella. What other games, Mr. Gallup, did you play at Camp Beethoven?
Well, all Saturday night we played What Is It?
That's the new game?
Yes.
It's called What Is It?
Yeah. We all sit around the campfire, and one of the guests, Ephraim Zimbalist, he plucks the E string on his violin, and we all try to guess what note it is.
Oh, that's good. And if you guess right...
Zimbalist takes off his E string and gives it to you.
Isn't that good? Have you ever won any E strings?
4 in one night.
Oh, you must have been hot.
Well, I do declare...
You do declare what?
I do declare if Ephraim hadn't tried enough, I would have had his rosin.
Oh, no. Gosh, Mr. Gallup, you know, I could stand around here all night just listening to you. But I'm too young to die. We have a program to do, you know.
Oh, yes, that old thing again. Burle, what's the reason for the salute to railroads this week?
Well, Mr. Gallup, this is the big day in railroad history. Tonight, we're commemorating the first transcontinental railroad.
Really?
Just think, Mr. Gallup. 78 years ago, at Ogden, Utah, the president of the Southern Pacific Railroad, with thousands cheering, drove a solid gold spike right through the foot of the president of the Union Pacific. And if you don't believe it, just go to Ogden, Utah. The president of the Union Pacific is still standing there yelling for a crowbar. And that is why tonight we salute the American Railroad. The story of the railroads is the story of America. To tell about it isn't very exciting, but to read about it is even duller. It all began in a little carpenter shop in Pennsylvania. An invention was being completed.
Better nail it down some more, Hank.
Okay, boss.
That's it. Now, more glue. More cement.
Right, boss.
Now, paint it down.
Yes, sir.
Here, quick, let me try it. It didn't even budge. Success at last.
Thus, the first Pullman window was invented. But the mighty railroads went forward. Once they had the Pullman window, they built a car around it. And in 1871, Mr. Pullman himself demonstrated his first sleeping car to a breathless crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sleeping car. I will now pull aside this green curtain and show for the first time an upper berth. Ready? There. Pardon me, madam.
Yes, it was after this that they put numbers on the curtains. Then on went the mighty railroad. As the progress of railroads continued, safety became the watchword. New devices were added. Air brakes, couplings, all steel cars, all for the safety and protection of the passengers. But to this day, the greatest danger facing the innocent traveler on a train still exists. It is this.
Pardon me, friend. Care to play a little poker to kill some time?
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is the story of the railroads. And today, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you cannot escape hearing that haunting rhythm of the railroads that so richly fills the air of America. Thank you, Whispering Jack Smith. But Mr. Gallup, breathes there a man who hasn't found romance on a train? Remember when you held her hand and sang to that one and only girl? To Niagara on a sleeper, there's nothing of the cheaper of the train goes slow. Ooh, off we're going to shuffle off to Buffalo. Cynthia, shuffling off to Buffalo with my Cynthia. The way she shuffled, you couldn't tell her from the buffalo. Remember, Cynthia, the first time I saw you on the train, how jealous I was because you sat next to the same man for the whole trip. It wasn't until later that I saw the handcuffs. Impetuous, fun-loving Cynthia. How you love to stick your head way out of the window train. The train window. It was a Studebaker. How you used to laugh when I warned you about the telephone poles until one day, boing, boing, boing. And then, Cynthia, when we pulled you in, how frightened I was when I saw that big bump behind your ear. What a relief. It was only your nose. As I remember about Cynthia. Your delicate way of getting off a train. You just lean a nail hook, snap you off. Cynthia, how different you were from the other girls who worked in the roundhouse. You were the only square. Yes, Cynthia. I'll never forget the last time that I saw you. You were racing a train to a crossing. I'll bet if you had made it. But don't worry, Cynthia. As soon as they wire you together...
Up we're going to shuffle. Shuffle up to Blue.
Thank you. Hold it. Now, please. No applause. If you just like it, throw money on the stage. Burl? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's your line.
Burl, in our salute to railroads, let us pay tribute to an honored railroad profession that is fast disappearing, the candy butcher.
The candy butcher? Yes, sir.
You wait for just that moment when the tired passengers at last think they're about to get some rest. Then you come through the car.
I come through the cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a moment of your time. I have here in a basket tasty refreshments and fascinating souvenirs. Genuine, artificial, imitation, orange-type drink. Ice-cold frankfurters. Chocolate-covered nuts. Chocolate-covered candy. And that new confection that's sweeping the country. Chocolate-covered tomato herring. And while the girls of the ensemble are changing... No, wrong place, Ron. Pardon me. We have comic books, jerk beef... What is it, madam?
I'd like some Philip Morris cigarettes.
Would you do me a favor? Would you repeat that for the benefit of this large, intelligent audience?
Philip Morris cigarettes.
Yes, sir. Once more, please. I want to stay on.
Philip Morris cigarettes.
Thank you. You heard what the lady said. Philip Morris. Oh, that reminds me. What am I doing here? I got to put Johnny on the spot. Tell me, Johnny, and don't be hesitant about it. Why is Philip Morris so much better to smoke?
Here's your answer, sir. It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure.
Just a moment, please. Doesn't every smoker know that?
No. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, try a pack of Philip Morris today.
That was Ragtime Cowboy Joe, played by Ray Block and the Philip Morris Cowhands. Mighty fine, Ray. Mighty fine. I sure like to have that orchestra out on a range. A shooting range. I'm only kidding, Ray. You just see the look that man gave me? He's a tenderfoot. That's a switch. I'm only kidding, Ray. But on with the subject, ladies and gentlemen, of American railroads as we present...
Railroad Forum tonight. Railroad Forum tonight. The question, will smoking room conversation ever take the place of burlesque?
Thank you. Thank you. You heard the question beautifully stated by Mr. Gallup. Now, let's have questions from the floor. Let's start with this gentleman here with the false eyelashes. Young man, you have a question, sir?
Mr. Berle, I'm a nervous wreck. Every time a train goes through a tunnel, I wake up shaking.
You can't sleep on a train?
What train? I sleep in the tunnel.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, your next question. This young man here in the aisle emptying a hot water bottle. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Temptation.
Temptation?
Yeah, I was named after the song.
Yes.
The whole family's named after songs. We're music-type people.
Oh, I see, I see.
My father's name is Annie Laurie.
What's your mother's name?
Old Black Joe.
Wait a minute. Isn't there anyone in your family that has a name that fits him?
Oh, yeah, my baby brother.
What's his name?
Bleep Bloop.
All right, Temptation, have you got a problem?
Sure, I got a problem. I want to get married and I can't.
Well, look,
I ain't got enough dough, no apartment. The girl's father hates me.
Please, we're discussing railroads.
Oh, so my problem ain't big enough. I'm going to maybe stay a bachelor all my life, but that ain't a big enough problem for you. I want to be like other guys. I want to get married. I want to have kids. But I want a little white bungalow in Kew Gardens with a rubber plant on the porch.
Please.
I want to hear little voices saying, "Da-da." I want to belong to the Parent Teachers Association.
Yeah, but look.
What's the matter? What's the matter? It hurts you if I have a little happiness?
I didn't.
Shut up, you home wrecker.
Please, let's not get emotional. Now, if you have a question, ask it.
Okay. You want to buy a lady's home journal?
Thank you. Next question. Let's hear what the women have to say. You, madam, in the first row, rendering a chicken. What is your name, please?
Tallulah Feeney, I'm a homemaker.
I see. And you have a question concerning railroads?
Yeah, how can I teach my husband manners on a train? He's sure a slob.
Your husband has bad manners on the train?
Bad. He's been thrown off cattle cars.
No kidding.
He gets confused on a train. Once he looked out the window and started yelling for him to stop.
Why?
He's seen a filling station. He thought he was on a bus.
I see.
What a jerk. He waits until the train goes around curves. Then he starts shaving with that straight razor of his.
Gosh.
Last time he come back from the washroom holding his ear.
It was cut?
It was off.
You have your troubles.
Him and his crazy habits. On trains, he likes to sleep without pajamas. It's amazing.
Well, what's amazing about sleeping without pajamas?
On the observation platform?
I see.
So does everybody else.
Oh.
In the dining car. That's when he's really cute.
He's cute, eh?
Yeah. At the table, he opens up a newspaper, takes off his shoes and stockings, and starts flexing his toes.
His toes? Why?
He's holding the paper with his hand, saying he's got to eat with something.
Well, that's awful. He's some problem when you're traveling.
Not anymore. Now when we have to go anywhere by train.
Yes?
I ship him ahead by freight.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And now, as a tribute to those famous underground trains New Yorkers know so well, we've been asked to repeat our rendition of the official subway song. Music sketch. Oh, I wish I was on the sea beach local, sipping on a Coca-Cola. Look away, look away, look away, Coney Isle.
Oh, you push and shove, but it's waste of fighting just to spend the day at Brighton. Look away,
look away, look away, Coney Isle. Then we wish we were at Coney.
Hooray, hooray.
At Coney Island, hot dog stands will fill ourselves with relish. Away,
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 away down south in Brooklyn. Away,
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 away down south in Brooklyn. And here's our young South American singing star, Dick Pawnee, to sing.
We saw an apple blossom wedding underneath the Maytime blue, and at that apple blossom wedding I fell in love with you. We realized where we were heading, booked the little church, and then we planned an apple blossom wedding. When spring came round again, so I waited for the flowers, dreaming of a wedding ring, but I only found the showers. You took away the spring. I saw the apple blossom wedding. from the balcony above. You had your apple blossom wedding. I lost my apple blossom love. I saw the apple blossom wedding from the balcony above. You had your apple blossom wedding. I lost my apple blossom love.
Wonderful, Dick. Take a bow. Wonderful, Dick Barney. You're swell. Oh, Mr. Gallup.
Yes?
Would you just say the word railroad?
Very well. Railroads.
What was that?
Railroads.
Oh. Speaking of railroads, an incident happened to me. You notice how clever we got into the subject again? That's how this program's constructed. Like a tightly well-knit sieve. But really, Mr. Gallup, just think. Just this week, I had an experience about meeting a train. It was one morning after breakfast. I was about to leave the house, and I'll never forget. Well, goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, Milton.
Goodbye, Junior. Junior, you be a good boy.
You're kidding.
I know. Gosh, I'll be late for rehearsal. Who can this be? Come in.
Telegram for Milton Berle, $1.20 collect. Sign here.
There. Here's the money. Oh, wait a minute, young man. Here's a tip.
A nickel. Oh, goody. Now I won't have to swim home to Staten Island tonight.
Boy, you sure throw it around, don't you, sport?
Quiet.
Well, open the telegram, Milton. Who's it from?
It was sent collect.
Collect? That's Uncle Julius's pen name.
Quiet now. Well, Junior's right. It's from Kansas City. It says arriving on the Monarch at Grand Central Depot today. Please meet the train. Uncle Julius.
Milton, today?
Gee, I better rush down to Grand Central and meet him.
I'll go with you, Pop. You know what happens to you in a crowd.
What about me in a crowd?
If you see more than 4 people in one place, you start doing your old vaudeville act.
Oh, stop it.
I'm tired of passing through the crowd with that tambourine.
Quiet. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Train leaving New York on track 5 for Hackensack, Hoboken, Newark, and all points in New Jersey. Please let the bookies on first.
Junior, let's find out what time the Monarch gets in.
Attention, coming in on track 5, it's Super Chiefs, Broadway Limited, and the Lark. And here are the mutuals, 620 to win, 440 to play.
That's the 4th favorite to win today. Gosh, Uncle Julius may be in already.
Hey, Pop, here's a timetable.
Oh, good, Junior. Let me read it.
You read it?
Yeah.
But, Pop, it ain't all in capital letters.
Give it to me. Here it is. Trains from Kansas City to New York. Super Monarch arrives 2:15. Oh, wait. See footnote A. Here's footnote A. Except Sundays, weekdays, and holidays. Oh, that's great.
But here's another train, Pop. See, the Super Monarch.
Oh, yeah. Arrives 3 p.m. That must be... Wait. See footnote B. Footnote B. Oh, here it is. Footnote B. See footnote A. This is awful.
Well, here's another, Pop. The Old Reliable.
Oh, the Old Reliable. That sounds like... See footnote C. C. Discontinued as of January 1906. Wait, this must be the one, Junior. The Labor Day special.
Look at the footnote.
Runs daily, except Labor Day. Oh, wait. Why are we knocking ourselves out with a timetable? Here's an information booth. Clerk.
Next?
Yes, I'm next, clerk.
What can I do for you, sir?
Clerk, my Uncle Julius is arriving from Kansas City on the Monarch. Can you tell me what time it gets in?
Of course, sir. The Monarch is due at 5:12 at Tennessee. It just left us a strike forward because we realized that anything that we had the beautiful air-cooled toys, the diesel toys, and as it rolls through the hills of that stalemate, it leaves you with the kind of a toy that affords everybody a definite strength. But that's without a diner. Next.
Wait a minute. I asked you, what
time does the
I told you. It left Arbitration State on the way to the Stormers. And as we told you about the breed, there's only one paddock in the flood back for the tree. You are the one that's holding the Stormers. And please hold on to your stuff. Yes?
Oh, wait a minute. Now, please. My Uncle Julius from Kansas City.
Mister, you're just like another man who was here the other day. He came up to me and he says, I would like to get a ticket to Strutterwad back with Flanders. Strutterwad back with Flanders. I said to him, what do I look like, a priest? Do I want a big back with toys? After all, it's only a slave. And would you believe it? Today that man is dead. Yes?
No, look, I just want to know what time the monarch comes in. This is ridiculous. Come on, Junior. This guy is nuts.
Let me try it, Pop. Look, mister, what my father wants to know is, does the Corporal stop at spine or isn't there a drama climbing?
Oh, the monarch from Kansas City. It just got in on track 6.
That's the styler.
It's a thermoplane. Flat.
Bannerplane.
Sunlight.
Quiet. Junior, the monarch's on track 6. Uncle Julius is on it. Let's get on the train and search through every car. Come on. Here, Junior, this is the monarch. Let's get on this. There, now we'll start from this end of the train and walk through.
Looks empty, Pop.
Uncle Julius must be in the next car. Come on. Wait a minute. Look, the train is moving. Come on, let's get off.
No, you don't understand, Pop. This train isn't moving.
It isn't?
No, it's the train next to us that's moving. Optical illusion. I learned that in science class.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, optical illusion. Gosh, Junior, sometimes you're amazed at it. You're so intelligent. But let's go through the rest of the cars. Uncle Julius! Uncle Julius!
Junior, Uncle Julius has been here for 2 days. Where are you?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah, Pop's in jail.
Jail?
Yeah, when we got here, he wouldn't pay the fare. He kept yelling he wasn't a passenger. He was just an optical illusion.
Poor Daddy. What can we do for him?
Well, he only asked one thing, Mom.
Yes?
He says when we come home, he wants Uncle Julius to meet the train. Head on.
I'll be back as soon as Mr. Gallup tells you about...
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made by Americans, for Americans, to suit American tastes. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Well, thank you. That about winds up and closes the lid for tonight. And on behalf, ladies and gentlemen, of our cast and our sponsor, Philip Morris, may I welcome the thousands of American Legion members who have gathered here in New York for their annual convention. In case any of you Legionnaires would wish to have some tickets to our broadcast, here's Mr. Peblum of NBC's guest relations staff who will tell you just how to get them. Mr. Peblum.
Legionnaires, all you have to do is to apply to the nearest strongmate. Ask for Miss Tafelbaum, who will take very good care of your grind. Always give you the ticket for trade, employment, and 3%.
Simple, isn't it? Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Perfect smoking pleasure. Call for Philip Morris. Call for Philip Morris.
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. And now, goodbye, Johnny. See you next Tuesday, same time, same station, when Philip Morris will again present the Milton Berle Show. Until then...
Due to the extreme heat in New York, Milton Berle was taken suddenly ill after the early show tonight. Therefore, the preceding broadcast has come to you by transcription. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents the Milton Berle Show. Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all... From Radio City, New York, Philip Morris presents the Milton Berle Show with Bert Kelton, Mary Schiff, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Frank Milano, Arthur Q. Bryan, Ed Bedgley, our singing star Dick Farney, the music of Ray Block and the orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute our South American neighbors now in session at the Rio Conference for the purpose of cementing relations. And speaking of cement, here is a man Philip Morris is stuck with, Milton Berle. Back that introduction.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I join President Truman in saluting our Latin American neighbors by saying, La Sarayador que me dirigada de cosopertida la que taledro y la cara porque. Translation, do you need money? No cosigners, no delay. Just ask Harry and take it away.
Berle, I'm amazed. Do you know Spanish?
Do I know Spanish? A little bit. I know just about enough Spanish to understand Xavier Cugat when he's speaking English. Why, Mr. Gallup, do you speak Spanish?
Why, certainly.
Do you speak fluently?
No, just Spanish. Oh, my word, that was a jolly one, wasn't it?
That was jazzy. That was a peacherino with a goody-goody gumdrop on top. No, I'm serious, Mr. Gallup. Do you really understand Spanish? I mean, do you know hasta mañana, hasta la vista?
No, but I do know hasta levant.
Mr. Gallup!
Oh, my word, I did it again, didn't I? Oh, I do declare, with a little encouragement, I could be another Hildegard.
Mr. Gallup, will you please watch yourself? You're going to strain that one corpuscle you have left. Tell me, Mr. Gallup, really, what's got into you?
Oh, I guess I am a bit overstimulated, Berle. The high jinks of the Legion Convention, you know.
Well, Mr. Gallup, you belong to the American Legion?
Do I belong?
Yeah.
I am assistant to Commander Deems Taylor of the Shostakovich Post, number 6.
There is a Shostakovich Post?
For the music lovers.
Oh, I see.
We were the cut-ups of the convention.
You are. Well, what did you do?
Oh, it was just too utterly mad.
Come on. No, we have a nice audience. They'd like to know.
Lovely.
Tell us, what did you do?
Well, first, we all got high on root beer floats.
Yes?
Then, we all gathered on the roof of Carnegie Hall and pelted the people below with mandolin picks.
You didn't?
We did.
You demons, you. You were insane.
Oh, if only it had ended there, but it wound up in a brawl.
A brawl? What happened?
Well, we broke up the Phil Spitali rehearsal and chased the girls up 8th Avenue.
You cads.
We suffered for it.
Did you?
One of our members, Mr. C.C. Gribble of South Bend, was badly scratched.
He caught one of the girls?
He caught Phil Spitali.
He has sharp nails, too. Mr. Gallup, what is happening to the dignity of the music world?
Terrible, isn't it?
I can say it is. You and your Shostakovich is running wild. That's bad enough. But coming so soon after the Tommy Dorsey-Benny Goodman fight, that's terrible. Margaret Truman may have to carry on all alone now. But simmer down, Mr. Gallup. Simmer down, don't worry. We're going to present our salute to our friends below the border, exotic South America. South America, pearl of the southern hemisphere,
shining jewel of the tropics, home of Coffeehead. South America, mountain paradise, bounded on the west by the Andes and on the east by the Amises. That's a team, you know. Used to be pick and pack. This is a strange... Formerly molasses in January. This is a strange land, South America. A land of contrasts. Go a few miles inland and you are lost in a trackless, steaming jungle where all you hear is... Yet, only a few miles from this wilderness stands the modern city of Rio de Janeiro, where every night in the smart, lavish setting of its famous Copacabana nightclub, you can hear... I guess they get the same crowd. So let us go on and on. South America. Come with us, dear listener. Come with us for a voyage up the mysterious Amazon River. We board our gleaming white craft, the good ship Cucalugumba. She points her proud nose up the river, and we're off with a roar of her mighty engines. Softly we glide up the mighty Amazon, away from civilization. Here the banks of the river are overgrown with lush tropical vegetation and an occasional Burma shave sign. From a bamboo hut, a friendly native appears. Yahoo! We call to him. He answers. But our sturdy ship... Our sturdy ship never falters as her mighty engines press onward. Suddenly, around a bend, we come upon a village of Amazon women. These Amazon women are as big as men and as strong as men. Wait! There is an Amazon woman waving to us from the shore. We call to her. Hello, miss. And she answers, what do you say, bud? And as she waves her husband at us in farewell, we surge forward into the Yindig. Into the unknown. That whole line was unknown to me. Trusting in the power of our mighty engines. At last our goal, the headwaters of the Amazon, the lost world. Here no human foot has ever trod. Here nothing lives. Here, wait, someone is peering out of one of the bushes. Wait, can it be a human? Hello there!
Hello!
Who are you?
What?
Who are you?
I'm a bookie. Is it safe to come back to New York?
Yes, as we point with our proud noses. I gotta go to school, no kidding. As we point with our proud noses toward home, we say, farewell, South America. Farewell, gem of the New World. And South America answers... Thank you, Guy Lombardo, for the use of your boat. And thank you, Carmen, for playing the part of the boat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure to present our distinguished guest. He is the hero of millions of South Americans, one of the world's foremost bullfighters, none other than Emilio Gonzalez Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Emilio.
Buenos noches, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience.
Senor Gomez, at the climax of a bullfight, as you, the toreador, facing the charging bull, what is the essential thing to do?
Thrust and lunge.
Thrust and lunge? I see. What comes after the lunge?
Dinner. That's just my little joke.
That's your little joke. We'll mop it up later. Tell us, Emilio, I understand there is a strict procedure in becoming a bullfighter.
Oh, very strict.
There is?
Yeah, a bullfighter has to kill 50 bulls before he earns the title of El Señor Toreador.
El Señor Toreador? And what does he call before this?
El Junior Toreador. That's only logical, isn't it?
Oh, yes, logical, sure. The ceremonies at a bullfight are very, very impressive. Could you list the men who take part?
Oh, gladly.
What?
Gladly.
Oh, Gladly, yeah. He ran fourth today. I know him. Gladly.
Correct.
What?
Correct.
No, I willing. We know I willing tonight.
No, I willing, yeah.
All right.
Well, there are the toreadors,
yes,
the matadors,
yes,
the picadors, and also the men on horses who keep turning around and round and get the bull dizzy.
I see. What are they called?
Revolving doors. They call me the Fred Allen of Barcelona.
You look more like Portland of the cement company. Senor, what is your greatest thrill in the bullfight?
Well, it's right after I kill the bull.
I see.
With a grand flourish, I cut off the bull's left ear.
You do that because it's the custom?
I do that because I'm hungry.
Well, that's murder, senor. I understand you are the only bullfighter who has ever won the right to the title of El Estor Mago Cabillo.
That's correct.
El Estor Mago Cabillo. Tell us about the fight that won you this title.
Oh, it was 2 years ago in Granada.
In Granada, yeah.
Yep. The bull came rushing at me. Closer and closer he came. It was at that moment that I earned the title of El Estamaga Cabillo.
Cabillo it is, I see. And what... I'll never get my diploma. And tell me, that's how you earned that title?
That's right.
What did you do?
I ran away.
You ran away? What does the title El Estamaga Cabillo mean?
Yellow belly.
Oh, yellow. Thank you, Emilio. You are there magnifico. Oh, Burl. I'm sorry, Mr. Gallagher. I keep taking your line.
Watch that. I have very few as it is. Burl, tonight you portray that daring bad man from below the Rio Grande, Pancho Burle.
I'm Mexican tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm Pancho? Oh, that's good.
You come galloping up to your bandit gang.
Oh, Chubaba, Chubaba. Men, caballeros, tonight we ride.
Ole.
Tonight we sneak across the border to United States. We rob banks, rustle maybe cattle, play a little pinball machines, see Patrillo. Then maybe we go to Hollywood, get a few days' work at Republic Studios.
Ole.
Wait, stop. The whole deal is off. Pancho, just remember, has big job. Must do all alone.
What is job, boss?
What is job, boss? What is job, boss?
Don't be so nosy. Pancho must go put Johnny on the spot. Tell me, Johnny. Tell me pronto. Savvy? Why is it what you call him Philip Morris so much better to smoke?
Here's your answer, Cisco Kid.
Cisco Kid?
It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure.
Very good. But you tell me this, you big, thin gringo with nose like enchilada. Tell me, doesn't every smoker know that?
No.
I thought they did.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, try a pack of Philip Morris today.
Clark and the Philip Morris Orchestra trying to play Tico Tico. Tico Tico, that's one of the Marx Brothers, the one with the two heads. And now... one with the two heads? Oh, no. And now, as part of our salute to our good neighbors, we now present...
South American Forum tonight. South American Forum tonight. The question, is a rainy night in Rio any more fun than any night in the balcony of the Roxy?
Thank you, Mr. Gallup. Now, let's have questions from the floor. Let's start with this gentleman here in the white Palm Beach suit and the leaky fountain pen. Yes, young man?
Mr. Berle, on behalf of the State Department, may I congratulate you on the wonderful work your program has done in making the people of South America so grateful to us.
My program makes the people of South America grateful? Why?
They don't hear it down there.
Thank you. Next, this young man with the typewriter ribbon holding up his pants. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Cucaracha.
Cucaracha, that's your real name?
Of course not, Cucaracha. Who would have a name like that?
Well, you're right.
I took the name when I come to this country.
I see. What was your name before?
Cockroach.
I understand. Well, tell us, Mr. C., have you a question about South America?
Well, I don't want to talk about South America, for I live here, don't I?
Yeah, but
How about talking about the good old USA?
Well,
I like this country. I don't care what you
I
say.
didn't say that.
This is my country, right or wrong?
I know it's
the good old USA. That means nothing to you, huh?
Oh, sure it means something.
Sure. To me, it's drinking pop and rooting for the Dodgers. Coming home from Coney in a wet bathing suit.
Look, young man.
Watching that old Chevy on Sunday morning. Listening to Gabriel Heater.
Please.
Why don't you go back where you came from, you bum?
Please don't. Now, please, let's not lose our heads.
Well, make up your mind, will you?
Young man. I know where my place is. You don't have to point to it. We will run into Date with Judy by the time we're... Now, if you have a question, young man, let's have it.
Okay. Would you scratch my back?
Please, let's stick to the subject of South America. How about a question from the ladies? All right, you, madam, holding the cigarette lighter and singeing a duck. What is your name?
Tallulah Feeney, I'm a homemaker.
I see. And you have a question?
Yeah, when is South America going to stop with them dances already? If I got to shake one more thing, it'll come loose.
You do South American dances?
My husband, Brentwood, he's on a Latin kick. All day long he's doing the conga, the samba, the rumba, and slamba.
The slamba?
That's a new one for getting out of the subways.
Your husband's always dancing?
The way he swings them big hips of his. When he walks down the street, people look up to see if Sabu's riding him.
He has big hips.
Big. Before he can get into the bath, I got to butter the sides of the tub.
He loves South American dances, eh?
Murder. Yesterday he come home with a new one, the Mexican hat dance. He done it in front of the house and got arrested.
He got arrested just for doing the Mexican hat dance?
Yeah, he thought that's all he had to wear.
In other words, Mrs. Feeney, your problem is South American dances.
The problem's taken care of now that President Truman's down there.
You mean while President Truman is down there, they won't dance?
Are you kidding? You try and do a conga to the Missouri Waltz.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Feeney. Now, ladies and gentlemen, since Mrs. Feeney has brought up the subject of our president's trip to Brazil, let us be the first to welcome him home as we all join in and sing. When Harry comes sailing home again.
Hooray. Hooray.
When Harry comes sailing home again.
Hooray. Hooray.
Life will be peaches and cream again.
The Republicans will scream again.
And we'll all shout.
Yay.
When Harry comes sailing home. Ladies and gentlemen, to give an authentic note to our Good Neighbor program tonight is our young South American singing star, Dick Farney, who will sing...
Illusion is the seeker of dreams, and the kiss I have taken, how delightful it seems. excitement I find, but I'm sadly mistaken, for it's all in the mind. I trust then that it couldn't be true, but just then I'd have sworn it was you. Your kisses are a thrill to recall. Darling, tell me that this is no illusion at all. I trust then that it couldn't be true, but just then I'd have sworn it was you. Your kisses are a thrill to recall. Darling, tell me that this is no illusion at all. No illusion at all.
Wonderful. What a fitting note to our South American salute tonight.
By the way, Burl,
Yeah.
did you hear President Truman and all the big officials addressing the Rio conference this morning?
I tried to, Mr. Gallup, but it was no use. Did you ever try to listen to a program on the radio with your whole family around? Gesundheit. I was, Horace Heights' sister. I was home. I tried to listen to a program. No kidding. I was home this morning, all set to hear the speeches from the Rio conference, and I was sitting in my living room.
Milton, this is Tuesday, the day of your program. What are you doing home?
Yeah, Pop. Ain't you got a rehearsal to get the egg ready for the air?
Quiet. Junior, I moved rehearsal time up so I can listen to the speeches from Rio. Just let me sit here and listen to the radio.
You want your pencil and paper, Pop, or won't there be any jokes you can steal?
Very funny. That's a nice thing, Junior, to talk about your father stealing jokes.
Well, what else should I talk about? Your 12 toes?
Brother, can I please have quiet? I'm staying home just to hear a program. A program I can appreciate and understand.
It's too early for it pays to be ignorant.
Make fun of your father, will you?
Milton, you struck Junior on the head. And on the numb side, too.
Yeah.
Dear, will you take him away? Hold his head in the oven or something. I want to hear the speeches. Just before the president talks, there's an important address by Senator Vandenclyde. It's called The 6 Points of the Good Neighbor Policy.
What's with the points? Just let them send us another Carmen Miranda.
Junior, go up to your room.
My room. It still says Rover over the door.
Please, the senator goes on right away. Now, remember, dear, I want absolute quiet. Those 6 points are important to every American. I'm turning on the radio.
You listen, dear. I'll go on with my housework.
This is NBC at the Rio Conference. We now present Senator Vandenclyde in his keynote address, The 6 Points of the Good Neighbor Policy. Senator Vandenclyde.
Here's the senator.
My friends, the 6 points I'm about to present should be carefully heard and indelibly written into the minds of every American. First point, number 1.
Milton, lift your feet.
Oh, no, darling, not the vacuum cleaner.
Point number 1. In the event
Turn it off. I'm waiting to hear Truman and you come up with a Hoover. Quiet, and darling, let's listen.
And so much for point number 1.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Well, there are 5 more points.
And now for point 2.
Oh, good.
Point 2 is as follows.
Answer the door, Milton.
Oh, no.
I'll turn off the radio.
Who's at the door? I'll get rid of him.
Hiya, Milty.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Martha. Darling, it's Sam and Martha Harrison. Look, Sam, I'm listening
We
to...
were just going by and saw your car parked outside. So I said, how come Milton's home? Hasn't he got rehearsals on Tuesday? Let's go in and see if he's still sick. That's what I said, isn't it, Martha?
Yes.
Look, Sam, there's an important speech that I'm...
Milty, I got a joke for you. You can clean it up for the air.
But Senator Vandenclyde is...
Get this.
Oh.
They screamed at it down the Elk Stag party last night. Didn't they, Martha?
Yes. What was she doing at a stag? Sam, the senator... Sam, the senator...
2 old maids register in a hotel,
Sam,
see?
the senator...
The bellboy brings their bags up to a room.
Sam, the senator...
The first old maid says, boy, here's the dime, and then... Wait, say, Martha.
Yes?
Was it the first old maid who said that?
Yes.
Oh. Then the first old maid said...
Sam, please, I know the joke. The punchline is when the second old maid says, why do you think we threw out the key?
Why do you think we... Oh. Why do you think we... Is that the same joke I had, Martha?
Yes. Sam, I'm listening to an important speech.
Okay. Nice seeing you, Milton. Wasn't it, Martha?
Yes. Nice to you. Goodbye. Quick, turn on the radio.
And that's point number 2 in a nutshell.
A nutshell? Well, I didn't miss much. Just a little nutshell. Oh, brother.
And now, point number 3.
Point 3.
Point number 3 is simply the ideal.
That racket, turn it off. What was that noise?
I know what it is. Junior's using my electric razor again. Where's the bathroom? Come out, Junior. Junior, come out.
Okay, you got me.
Sure. Junior, if I ever catch you using that electric razor...
Well, how would you like it if the kids at school call you Junior the Fuzz?
Quiet. Here, turn the radio on.
And that is all there is to point number 3. Simple, isn't it?
Very. Now, quiet, everybody. Please.
Point number 4.
The doorbell.
The doorbell, I know.
Hiya, Milty.
Oh, it's you, Sam the senator. I mean, Sam the senator.
The minute we left your door, I said, here we were at the Burles, and we didn't even say hello or goodbye to Milty's wife. Why, she must think we're barbarians. That's what I said, isn't it, Martha?
Yes. Sam the senator.
Lucky we came back. I got a joke for you that I know is...
Sam, I don't want to hear any more jokes. I just want to hear Senator Vandenclyde. Do you understand? Now get out. Let me listen. Beat it.
Well, I must say, this is the worst insult I've ever suffered in my life.
Yes. You stay out of this, loudmouth. You understand? Yes. Goodbye. The radio, Senator.
So you see how important point number 4 is.
Yes, I do.
Now let us take up point number 5.
Oh, what's the use, Senator? You'll start talking, something will happen, I'll miss the whole point again, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is too much. Oh. We're a little late, folks, and here's Mr. Frank Gallup.
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made in America by Americans to suit American tastes. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
This is Johnny again reminding you for perfect smoking pleasure. Call for Philip Morris!
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it, 5. Pipe smokers, try Revelation pipe tobacco, a smooth blend of 5 tobaccos. Yes, relax, take 5, take Revelation of fine pipe tobacco. The Milton Berle Show was written by Matt Hyken and Aaron Rubin, and this is Frank Gallup saying good night for Philip Morris.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents The Milton Berle Show. Here Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all... From Radio City in New York, here is the Milton Berle Show, with Bert Kelton, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Mary Shipp, Frank Milano, Al Kelly, Jackson Beck, our singing star Dick Farney, the music of Ray Block and his orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Gallagher. Ladies and gentlemen, this being the harvest season, our program tonight salutes the American farmer. This year, for the first time, the state of Iowa has lost its championship as the world's biggest producer of corn. And here is the new champion, Milton Berle.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Gallup, I was shocked. I really was. Literally shocked at your introduction, calling me corny. Me, Milton Berle, corny. All words to describe me. Whimsical, yes. Sparkling, yes. Waggish, yes. But corny, yes. Oh, how right you are, Mr. Gallup. Believe me, I'm nothing.
Oh, come now, Berle. Don't start again with that nauseating self-pity.
Mr. Gallup, please, let's face it. All my life I've been corny. I've always been a cornball. Do you know that when I was born, it took 3 storks to deliver me? 1 to carry me and 2 to beat off the crows. I mean it. There's no sense of laughing. My family was worried, too. For a long time, they didn't know if I would grow or pop. I was terribly corny. At bedtime, Mother would never undress me. She used to husk me. That's corny, but the story, Mr. Gallup, that is the story of my life. Warner Brothers wanted to make it into a musical. They were going to have Lassie play me. Now, don't laugh, of course. Lassie wouldn't really do the singing. They were going to dub in the voice of Thunderhead. But what's the use?
Oh, chin up, Berle. Stiff up a lip.
Stiff up a lip. What's going to keep the low one from sagging? No, Mr. Gallup, there is no use trying to cheer me up.
Well, perhaps the story of my friend Tito Barini will inspire you.
Tito Barini?
A musician.
Yes?
His is the story of a man's fight against fate. Tito played the cello.
I see, and the odds were against him?
Tremendously. He was knock-kneed.
Knock-kneed? Well, how could he get the cello between his legs?
2 strong men would pry his knees apart.
Yes?
With the cello safely between his knees, Tito would nod, the men let go, and his knees snapped shut.
Snapped shut?
Yes, you could hear the splintering for miles.
Oh, gosh, such bravery, and here I am complaining.
Yes. Tito faced his problem squarely. And you, Berle, should do what he did.
What did he do?
He shot himself.
I should shoot myself? That's clever. But let's go on with the program. Maybe some of the audience will save me the trouble. Maybe somebody... You're awake, aren't you? You're asleep with the lights on. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, our salute to the American farmer. At this time of the year, in the midst of the harvest, the American farmer pauses for a few days of fun. The county fair. Let us join him in his rejoicing as we too make the rounds of the county fair. Come with me, dear listeners, as we... I may be right. Come with me, dear listeners, as we take a trip through the various farm exhibits. Here's the livestock exhibit. And there is Mrs. And there... Beautiful livestock, too. There is Mrs. E.T. Nielsen, whose pig just won the grand prize. Let us go over and visit with her while she is feeding her pig. Mrs. Nielsen. Mrs. Nielsen, you mind if we talk to you while you're feeding your pig?
Not at all.
My. Look at him eat. No wonder he won the ribbon.
Mighty big pig, ain't he? 400 pounds, and he's still gaining.
Wonderful, Mrs. Nielsen. I wonder if we could speak to your husband, Mr. Nielsen.
Sure. Hey, Ed, someone wants to talk to you.
Tell them I don't talk while I'm eating.
Thank you, Mr. Nielsen. You were swill. Well, go on. But it is at the county fair where farmers are shown the latest scientific agricultural equipment. Here, we're just in time for the exhibit of a new milking machine.
And now, gentlemen, this is the new Milkmore jet-propelled milking machine. First, let me demonstrate the old style of milking by hand. Easy there, bossy.
No.
And notice how slow this is. And now, let me attach the new Milkmore machine to the cow.
No.
And now we pull the switch.
Thank you. You can just call me Milton Berle. Thank you. Mr. Gallup, in everybody's life there are memories of happy days on a farm. And also golden memories of a little country sweetheart shyly walking by your side as you sang.
Down by the old mill stream where I first met you. With your eyes so blue.
Kind of low, isn't it? Tender memories of Cynthia. I remember when I first met you, Cynthia, down by the old mill stream. I could tell at a glance that you'd been through the mill. Cynthia, you were my wholesome little farm girl with that cute little freckle. Too bad it covered your whole face. You were my delicate, fragile Cynthia. 260 pounds, but it was all solid bone and bustle. You were the only thing on the farm that the bull was afraid of. Cynthia, I remember our first rendezvous. You had a flower behind your ear, and I tried to pluck the flower, and you screamed. I didn't know it was growing there. In my heart, I have a picture of you, Cynthia, walking off to the barn carrying those two big pails. Then you drink up the beer and come staggering back. How they made you work on that farm, Cynthia. All day long you were out plowing the fields, and when you came in at night, you were so tired. Sometimes you'd fall asleep before they could get your harness off. If this is going to be a staring contest, I'm not going to stand it. Cynthia, we're not breaking this stuff in on you, you know. We've done this for years. Cynthia, it's the cute little things I remember about you, Cynthia. The way you used to stand out from all the others at the square dance. You were the biggest square at the dance, and you're embarrassed. Your little embarrassed laugh that day at the horse show when the judges tried to count your teeth. And then our wonderful rustic romance ended down by the old mill stream. You fell into the flour mill. And to this day, Cynthia, every time I open a loaf of bread, I look for you. Because
you were 16.
My village queen, down by the old mill stream. Now, applause, please. If you liked it, just leave your name and address. I'll come to your house and do it for a small fee. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as a public service to the farmers whom we are honoring tonight, we have with us tonight, well, sort of a special occasion, Mr. J.J. Finster, one of the country's foremost agricultural experts, who, that Lena the Hyena's writing this, I think. Agricultural experts who has... It'd be funny if this is an audition and I don't know it tonight. This gentleman, this agricultural man, has some vital farm information for all our rural listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to present to you this very, very great mind, Mr. J.J. Finster.
Thank you.
I have some questions sent in by farm listeners, Mr. Finster.
Go right ahead.
A truck farmer from Maine asks, how do you go about getting the money under the farm subsidy plan?
Farmers, here's what you do. Go to your nearest drying place where you go over to the door which says, money for boys who have never been criminally with a scale. Now, you must realize that the only way you do is to fill out a certain part of your trade, and when the money comes to you, ask for Miss Corbett, who will give you a definite trade. And try and get it. Next question.
Mr. Finster, an apple grower in Oregon writes, how can trees be protected against early frost?
Why, it's as simple as A.B. spelling. Only last week, a farmer came into my office and said, Mr. Finster, I would like to plant some stide and sprinkle my crossbed. He would like to plant some stide and sprinkle his crossbed. Who wouldn't? I explained to him to strut while it's plain, take a little bit of a trade and the grass will seed without the thorn. And would you believe it? Today, that man is married to my sister.
Mr. Finster, have you a word in conclusion to the farmers?
Yes. Farmers, your government is behind everything you have strayed for all the time of your call name. Don't wait until you are bandolated with a squib. Don't be a spellmid to see that your grass has always been soiled. But we know it's a phrase. Don't let them point at you and say, look, there goes that flame of light of God. I say to you, like in the words of Joe Camel Blade, who said, quote, the grace of time will never part with trade because he is there but coin. Unquote.
Thank you very much. Farmers, just do as Mr. Finster says, and we can all look forward to a famine.
Well, right now, Burl, let's look forward to a little rural music. An old-time barn dance.
Rural music?
Yes.
A barn dance?
Uh-huh. And you are Zeke Burl. You and your Hoboken hotshots are playing on a Saturday night.
I see what you mean. Yahoo! Let her rip! Swing your partner's two-seat-do, promenade just like a schmoo. Here, swing her right and swing her left, and wait a minute, stop the dance. Stop the music! Gosh darn it, stop it.
What's wrong, Zeke? Where you going?
Eh?
I said, where you going?
Give me your earphone.
Oh.
I just remembered, Ezra. I got to put Johnny on the spot. Boys, vamp until I get back. Tell me, Johnny, by cracky, why is Philip Morris so gall darn better to smoke?
Here's your answer, Zeke.
Zeke?
It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure.
You make a heap of sense there, stranger, but by cracky, doesn't every smoker know that? By cracky? Cracky, by cracky. I'm going to keep telling that till I get a laugh. By cracky, by.
No, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, try a pack of Philip Morris today.
Yes, sir, that was part of Turkey in the Straw. Sounded like the turkey, played by Ray Block and the Philip Morris Orchestra. Ray, what you played of it was wonderful. You really have a great ear for music. I don't know what the other one's for. I guess it's for Petrillo. And now, that's a local joke, Local 802. As we continue... Made that up, too. Throw it out, too. And now, as we continue our salute tonight to the farmer as we present
Farmers Forum tonight. Farmers Forum tonight. The question, can Maxie Rosenblum's ears solve the cauliflower shortage?
Thank you, Mr. Gallup. And now questions from the floor. First, this gentleman in the third row carving his initials in the man in front of him. You, young man, you have a question?
Yes. Mr. Berle, for years I've heard nothing but stories about a traveling salesman and a farmer's daughter.
Yes?
Just once I'd like to see a traveling saleswoman.
Why?
I'm a farmer's son.
Next, this young man in the wet bathing suit and goose pimples. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Elsie.
Elsie?
Don't confuse me with Elsie the cow.
Oh, no, I won't.
I'm not a cow.
No.
Take a good look.
I know, but why do you call yourself Elsie?
Well, I took an animal's name rather than keep the name I had before.
Let's see. What was your name before?
Milton.
All right, Elsie, you have a question concerning farmers.
Why should I talk about the farmers? I got nothing against them.
Yeah,
you ought to be proud of the American farmer instead of tearing them down.
But that's not...
What, are you trying to start something against the farmers?
No, I just...
What's the matter? The farmers don't do nothing for you,
Yes,
maybe.
they do, but I...
Who gives you the bread to stuff your big fat bread basket? The American farmer.
Now, wait a minute, I'm trying
Who delivers the cheese every morning? The American farmer.
I know what you're...
When you're still sleeping, who's already hitching up his jackass? The American farmer. Shut up, you big farmer.
Please, let's not be carried away by this man. Now, young man, if you have a question, let's have it.
Okay. Do you like me with my hair up?
Now, please, that's enough. Let's hear from the ladies now. You, madam, in the aisle folding diapers. What is your name, sir?
Tallulah Feeney, I'm a homemaker.
Young lady, you are a homemaker, and you have a question?
Yeah. How can I stop my husband's latest hobby, raising chickens? He's sure smelling up the house.
Your husband raises chickens?
Yesterday he accidentally sat down on a nest full of eggs.
He sat down on a nest full of eggs. He broke them?
He hatched them.
No kidding.
Ever since then, the rooster's been giving him the eye.
Oh. Naturally.
He got his own theories. You know what he feeds them chickens?
What?
Herring.
He feeds the chickens herring? Why?
He wants the eggs shouldn't need any salt.
I understand.
You should see the way he cleans the chicken. It's amazing.
What's amazing about cleaning a chicken?
In the bathtub?
Wait a minute. He gives a chicken in a bath in the tub?
So it shouldn't be a total loss. He takes one at the same time.
Mrs. Speedy, your husband gets in the bathtub with a chicken?
He washes himself first. What do you think, he's a slob or something?
Oh, well, that's different.
This morning I seen one of them chickens out in the yard pulling on a worm. It was disgusting.
Oh, what's disgusting about a chicken pulling a worm?
My husband was pulling from the other end.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Speedy. Thank you. And now, let us all pay a special tribute to the farm owners as we all join in and sing. I bought a farm I shouldn't oughter, but still I bought it. I had a barn, a pump for water. It even included a farmer's daughter.
Ha, ha, ha. He.
His little old farm is in the red.
Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho.
He needs a farm like a hole in the head.
Ha, ha, ha.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, here's our young singing star, Dick Farney, to sing.
I wish I didn't love you so. My love for you should have faded long ago. I didn't need your kiss. Why must your kiss torture me as long as this? I might be smiling by now smiling by now, with my heart on the mend. But when I try, something in the heart says no. You're still there. I wish I didn't love you so. I might be smiling by now with some new tender friend, smiling by now with my heart on the mend. But when I try, something in that heart says no. You're still there. I wish I didn't love you so.
Oh, Mr. Gap.
An infant experience you had, which you will now tell us about.
Yes. That's right. You mind?
Not at all.
If you're rather, I didn't.
Oh, please do.
It's awfully decent of you.
Don't mention it.
I won't.
Thanks.
That was fun. Let's try it again. This time you take the hump. But no kidding, Mr. Gallup. This experience that my family and I had all started one night last week. Junior, my wife, we were all in the living room, and I'll never forget.
Milton, it's midnight. Come to bed.
Okay. Junior, put down that Esquire. Time to go to bed.
You're kidding.
I said, Junior, go to bed.
Bed. All day I'm on that couch at the psychiatrist. All night I'm in bed. My back is nothing but calluses.
Well, if you stopped going around biting mailmen, we wouldn't have to send you to a psychiatrist.
If I can't bite mailmen, what's there to live for?
You win.
Milton, it's late.
Okay. Turn out the light. But what is it? Somebody at this hour. Come in.
Special delivery package from Milton Berle. Sign here.
There. Just put it down on the floor. Thank you.
Okay.
Boy, that's a big box. I wonder what's in it.
Maybe Uncle Julius sent us another cheese.
No, Junior. Look at the air holes in the box.
Maybe it's Uncle Julius.
Quiet. I'll turn it over. Help! It's a wolf! Run for your life!
Milton, get down off that chair. It's just a chicken.
Oh, a chicken?
Yeah, Pop. You know those things you used to clean before you got in a radio?
Quiet.
There's a note on the box, Milton. Why, it's from Phil Baker.
Phil Baker?
Yes, he sent us the chicken. It's from his chicken ranch in San Fernando Valley, California.
Darling, all the way from California. Say, what a break. We'll have free eggs every day.
Why don't you put it on your program, Pop? Make it a contest. Which one of you can lay them faster?
Always with the wisecracks. Regular Henny Youngman. Now, you be a good boy, Junior. Take the chicken out the backyard.
Okay.
Junior, not by the neck. Let go. Come on, let's go to bed. All right, come on. You know, I can't get over it. Just a simple little chicken and we get fresh eggs. Beat the high prices.
Milton, it's 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
Yes, dear. But it's wonderful, you know. Phil Baker sent us chickens like that. A little chicken. Yeah. Tired. Sleep. What's that? Help! Run! It's another Pearl Harbor.
Quiet. It's just a chicken crowing.
Crowing? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. They're not supposed to crow until about 7. Oh, now I get it. The chicken's still on California time.
We have to do something.
Now, the chicken will gradually work its way back to the New York time. Good night, dear. What'd you say, dear? Good night, darling. Good night. Junior, are you sure you looked all over?
Yes, Pop, not an egg. The chicken's just sitting there on the nest.
She finally got on the nest. Good.
Yeah, now, don't get excited. She's just trying it for size.
3 days and not one egg. I wonder if it's because she's a rooster. No, Oh, come in.
Milton Berle?
Yes, I'm Milton.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm from the City License Bureau. Where's your license to run a poultry market?
Poultry market? No, it's just a little chicken.
Shut up.
Yeah.
1 chicken or 1,000. As long as it's got feathers, you gotta have a license. $15.
Oh, okay. Here's the money. We'll save it on the eggs alone.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'll be back Wednesday, and I want to see tile floors put in, clean roosting poles, and wire over the windows.
But look,
Shut up.
Yeah. Tile floors. Wait till I write that Phil Baker.
Pop, here's the chicken.
Shut up. What did I get myself into?
Milton Berle.
Shut up. Who are you?
Health Department. We got a report on a chicken here.
Oh, no. Don't be silly. It's just a little chicken.
Let me inspect that chicken.
What is it?
This house is quarantined.
Quarantine?
The chicken has the pip.
The pip?
The pip. The pip.
Yes, the pip. Mr. Berle, let me see your tongue.
My tongue?
Yeah. He caught the pip from someone.
What is... I never had the pip in my life. Oh, look at the poor chicken.
She's a goner.
Oh, I won't let it die. She's mine.
Milton, what is it?
Darling, our chicken has the pip.
The pip?
The pip. Yes, just look at her. No, she's dead. Our chicken is dead. No.
Poor chicken,
Oh, this is awful.
Look, dear. Look, Junior is fine. Junior, you love the chicken, too.
Who loved it?
Then why are you crying?
Because I know what part I'll get tonight for dinner.
Oh, I Thank you. I'll be back before Mr. Gallup can say...
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made in America, by Americans, to suit American tastes. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
This is Milton Berle. We're a little early. Good night.
This is Johnny again, reminding you for perfect smoking pleasure. Goodbye, Philip Morris!
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. And now goodbye, Johnny. See you next Tuesday, same time, same station, when Philip Morris will again present the Milton Berle Show.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents the Milton Berle Show. Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all. From Radio City, New York, here is the Milton Berle Show. With Bert Kelton, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Mary Shipp, Arthur Q. Bryan, our singing star Dick Forney, the music of Ray Block and his orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, this week sees the return to the air of many of the comedians we've missed during the summer. We now bring you a comedian no one wants to miss. They'd like to get him on the first shot. And here he is, Milton Berle.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Gallup, I'm horrified. Literally and veritably horrified at your intimation that people come here to shoot at me. You know very well, sir, that every single person in this audience is my friend. That's why before they get in here, they search for weapons by the ushers. Just a precaution. Miss me. I keep telling them to search the ushers. That's the way I like to start a program, with whimsical comedy. You know, nothing hokey. Well, Mr. Gallup, the big radio season is about to start, and soon all the comedians will be back.
Sir, do you mean there were no comedians on the air all summer?
Well, I was on all summer.
You haven't answered my question.
Mr. Gallup, I'm serious, and tonight we're welcoming back to the air my colleagues in comedy.
You mean they're going to do to the people all winter what you did to them all summer?
Yes.
Psychiatry's in for a big year.
Psychiatry, Mr. Gallup. You've been right alongside of me all summer. It hasn't had any effect on you. You look like a normal person, if you can find a normal person who wants to look like that. Now, I'm sorry, Mr. Gallup, but don't try to match wits with me, because watch that ad-libbing, because that's what I'm famous for.
That and your 12 toes.
Oh, that's Jim Dandy. That's jazzy. That's clever, Mr. Gallup. Did you make that up out of your own head? I noticed some of the parts were missing. Some of the parts were missing. Oh, see, Mr. Gallup, don't start with me. I'll murder you.
You'll murder me?
Yeah.
Oh, why, I'll cut you down like the hem on a last year's dress.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Quiet, peasant.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Gallup, sir.
Sir, is that a dimple in your cheek, or is that the place where they blow up your head?
Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Is that your mouth, or is that a new tunnel to Jersey?
Is that my mouth? Well, I guess I stopped him. Go ahead. Ad-lib with me.
Bird, you couldn't ad-lib a splinter if you were sitting on Charlie McCarthy's knee.
Miserable joke. Good audience. But... No, Mr. Gallup, please. No, will you please give me a chance? I mean that sincerely. I just can't stand here without saying something. The Republicans will want to run me for president. Say, the prices the way they are, it's no sin to lay an egg. No, all kidding aside, Mr. Gallup, tonight, Bob Hope's coming back on the air, and, why, in a couple of weeks, I'll have more jokes than I can handle. I'm starting to believe those wild rumors myself. But without further ado, let us welcome to the air the returning comedy shows with a salute to that great invention that has made it all possible, radio. Radio, mighty voice of the world. Radio, lifeblood of advertising. Radio, that wonderful invention where I can reach millions of people who fortunately cannot reach me. Radio.
But it is to the sad and lonely that radio gives its greatest service. When you're in the depths of despair, you turn on your radio and hear these wonderful, comforting words.
Do you need money? Are you hopelessly in debt today because you happen to like butter? Here's what to do. Wait a minute. What's this interruption? Stop this program. Stop. Stop the program. Who are you? I, sir, am Livingston Genzel. I don't blame you. I'm with the National Broadcasting Company.
Mr. Berle, why weren't you down in the main office this morning with the rest of the comedians who are coming back on the air?
The main office?
Yes. Before they could start a new season, they had to take the NBC pledge. You didn't.
New season? Don't be silly. I've been on the air all summer.
All summer? Yes. Over NBC?
Yes, I've been on all summer over NBC.
Oh, Mr. Berle, you're joking.
This is great. Here I've been on all summer, and
Excuse me, let me check that. Where's the phone? Give me the head technician.
Look, you can take my word.
Hello, Schnauzer? Gensel on this end. Was Milton Berle on all summer? Berle. B-E-R-L-E. Really? Well, what do you know?
Well, satisfied?
He said you were on all summer.
I know.
But the microphones weren't on.
That's great. Well, let's get on with the show.
Sorry, Mr. Berle, you can't start the new season without taking the NBC pledge.
Now, look, we're in the middle.
Berle! Yeah. In the next studio, we have Harry Horlick and his A&P gypsies just aching to take over.
Okay. Cast, actors, this way, please. All right, quiet. We're ready for the pledge, Mr. Gensel.
Thank you. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear.
To uphold the standards of NBC.
To uphold the standards of NBC.
I pledge on my honor never to tell jokes such as.
I pledge on my honor never to tell jokes such as.
Your father's mustache.
Your father's mustache.
Parties given by Howard.
Parties given by Howard.
Used. The new Studebaker where you can't tell.
The new Studebaker where you can't tell.
Which end is.
Which end is.
Which.
Should I violate this oath? Should I violate this oath?
May I live in eternal shame and disgrace.
May I live in eternal shame and disgrace.
On another network.
On another network.
So help me, Mary Margaret McBride.
So help me, Mary Margaret McBride.
Thank you. And now will you join me in our network song?
Oh, NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. Our hearts and voice we pledge to thee. NBC,
To thy fair name, our hearts are joined. You give us Boulevard and Carlton born.
NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Take it easy now.
Take
it easy again.
It always does this to me.
Take it easy.
I guess I'm just a sentimental old fool.
Mr. Gensel is such a nice man, isn't he? You know, this NBC's got such a big organization, and yet it has heart.
Come, Berle, let's not slobber.
Mr. Gallup, must I always be the fool and the clown? Can't I get a little mellow?
You're beyond that. You're gamey.
Mr. Gallup! I'm warning you, if you don't stop with that ad-libbing,
Yes?
you'll murder me.
Oh, kid around with Frank Gallup. Berle, let's not forget one of radio's great contributions to the public, the news commentators.
Oh, I see, Mr. Gallup. And tonight?
You are H.V. Gabriel Berle.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, H.V. Gabriel Berle.
There's good news tonight, folks. From an unusually reliable source, we learn that the unusually reliable source I quoted yesterday isn't very reliable. Usually. But as the president of Standard Oil said to the president of Mobile Oil, your gas is as good as mine. And now, with your permission, here is my good friend Johnny, who I will now put on the spot. Tell me, Johnny, in your opinion, and this is for the record, why is Philip Morris so much better to smoke?
Here's your answer, Gabriel.
Peter, please.
It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure.
You and I know that, but does every smoker know that?
No.
Oh.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, try a pack of Philip Morris today.
The way he shakes all over there. I guess he drank some milk and he wants to get them all good. Ladies and gentlemen, you shake very well. Really? Yes, sir. That was Tomorrow, played today by Ray Bloch and the Philip Morris Orchestra. And Ray, may I add, which I seldom can do, especially the dough I get on the show. Ray, that was wonderful. I like the way the orchestra follows you from one racetrack to another. And now, let us continue our salute to radio as we present
Radio Forum tonight. Radio Forum tonight. The question: if you have a lady in the balcony, why tell Dr. IQ?
Thank you, Mr. Gallup. We're ready now for questions from the floor. Let's start here with this tall gentleman in the aisle teaching his girl how to swim. Young man, you have a question?
Yes. Mr. Berle, this year my organization voted you the radio comedian most likely to succeed.
Oh, thank you. Tell me, who did you vote last year as the comedian most likely to succeed?
You. We'll keep trying.
Thank you. Let us go on. All right, this young man with the chinchilla sideburns. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Oxidol Sparkle.
Oxidol Sparkle?
Yeah, it's a soap. Everyone in my family is named after a soap. I got a brother named Ivory.
Ivory?
Yeah.
Why?
He's 99 and 44 100%.
99 and 41 400% what?
We ain't found out yet.
You mean everyone in your family is named after a soap that describes him?
Oh, sure, even my baby brother.
I see. What's his name?
Does.
All right, Oxidol, you have a question that has to do with radio.
Oh, yeah, I got a question, but you won't let me say what I want to say anyway.
Of course
I just have to open my mouth and you'll say I'm out of order.
No, I won't.
You ask a person to talk and then you try and muzzle him.
No, but I
What
did...
are you, an investigating committee or something?
No,
This is my country, and nobody can stop me from shooting off my big bazoo.
I know, but
Yeah, this is my country, and I can yada till I'm blue in the face.
All right,
This is my country, and I can even flop my trap at Harry Truman.
Please.
Oh, shut up, you dictator.
Now, please. Please, young man. Don't jump at me. Now, please try to control yourself. Young man, if you have a question, let's have it.
Okay. Do I look like Gregory Peck?
Oh, please, sit down. Now, let's hear from the fairer sex. All right, this lady in the corner, bred in the codfish balls. Young lady,
What is your name?
Tallulah Feeney. I'm a homemaker.
I see. And you have a question?
Yeah, how can I stop my husband Brentwood from bringing home them prizes from quiz shows? Our living room looks like a push cart.
Your husband brings home a lot of prizes?
We're loaded with electrical stuff. Washing machines, irons, vacuum cleaners. If you can plug it in, we got it.
Really?
Last week he went to take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it?
He took it, but they caught him.
He was eliminated?
Yeah, but he come back to win the giant jackpot.
He answered the question?
Nah, he had the biggest pot.
Good for him.
I met my husband Brentwood on one of them giveaway shows.
You did, eh?
Yeah, they blindfolded me and told me the first thing I touched, I could have.
Yes?
I felt around and touched Brentwood.
You touched Brentwood? How come?
His nose was pulled. I thought it was the knob on a refrigerator.
I see.
The thing that drove me nuts was when he went on Truth or Consequences.
He was on Truth and Consequences?
Ralph Edwards made him pretend for a week that he was a young housewife.
You mean for a week your husband acted like a young housewife?
It was murder. Every night after dinner he got on my lap and pestered me for a mink coat.
And for acting like a young housewife, did he get a prize?
Yeah, they give him a book. It sure scared him.
What was the name of the book?
So you're going to have a baby.
Thank you, Mrs. Feeney. Thank you. And now, as a fitting climax to this forum, let us extend an official welcome to the programs returning to the air as we all join together and sing. The comedy shows are back, it's true. Do-da.
Hoo-ha.
Ho-da-dum, Allen and Sibba-ma-goo.
Oh, hoo-ha, hey.
Oh, watch the comedians sing and dance. Do-da.
Hoo-ha. Some will even drop their pants. Oh, hoo-ha, hey.
Turn your radio on. Synchronize your clocks. You're stuck in the house until next June. Listening for the yacht.
Hoo-ha.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's our young sing star, Dick Barney, to sing.
Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. Will I hear those lovely words no more? Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. Can't we sing as we sang before? In her eyes was a promise so tender, while her lips sang a song of surrender that will live in my heart forevermore. Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. In her eyes was a promise so tender, while her lips sang a song of surrender that will leave in my heart forevermore. Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous
That was really wonderful, Dick. Wonderful.
Well, we've done a lot of joshing about radio tonight. I think it's time for some bouquets.
Flower bouquets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Frankly, I was quite proud this weekend when I read that at their first annual conference, the National Broadcasting Company and its stations announced that beginning January 1st, no mystery or crime programs will be heard on this network before children's bedtime.
See, that's fine.
Yes, they found that these programs overstimulate children, make them nervous. Haven't you found that so with your son, Junior?
I'm glad you asked me that. Good dovetailing. Just this week, what I went through with Junior, Mr. Gallup, let me tell you about it. My wife and I were home.
Junior, come home.
Oh, darling, this is awful. It's dark and Junior's still out.
Junior, come home.
He's getting to be a regular lassie. Close the window, dear. It's no use.
Milton, we have to do something about him. This is the fourth night in a row he's gnawed through his leash.
It's those crime programs that he listens to. 4 a.m, he sneaks into our bedroom and holds lighted matches to the soles of my feet and yells, "Take that, Flatfoot."
He could only get some sleep.
I know. He's the only kid in the neighborhood who has Benzagen on his Wheaties. Oh, here he comes.
St. Louis women with their diamond rings. Please admit now.
I'll teach you to stay out after dark.
Milton, you know what the doctor said about slapping Junior on the top of his head.
I was careful, dear. I avoided the point. Now, Junior, darling, sit down. Daddy has something to tell you.
Okay, take it slow and wait for your last.
Junior, you are not going to listen to any more of those crime programs.
Of course, you know this means I leave home.
Junior, I wish you wouldn't keep saying that. You build up Mommy and Daddy's hopes, but you never go. Now, Junior, get this. I want you to understand this. Starting tonight, you're going to get some sleep. Now, go to bed.
You're kidding.
No, go to bed.
Hey, Pop.
Yes.
I got news for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you set?
Yes.
Are you tuned in?
Yes.
I'm not going to bed.
Junior! You are going to bed, and that's final.
Okay. Clear the deck. Here it comes.
No, Junior, please.
No,
Junior! Junior!
Where's the gun?
Junior!
Where's the gun?
Junior! Quiet! Junior!
Stop it! What?
Stop it! Oh, what a child. Now stop chewing on my shoes. Darling, this settles it. The first thing tomorrow morning, we're taking him to a child psychiatrist. Excuse me, miss. We're the Burles. We have an appointment.
Of course, Dr. Clyde will be right out.
Junior, put your clothes back on. This is the waiting room.
Mrs. Burle. And this is Junior.
Junior! You see what we mean, Doctor?
Doctor, if he would only sleep.
Why, it's just an active imagination. Instead of the crime programs, let him listen to something soothing. A radio bedtime story. It'll lull his mind. Now I'll go in with him.
Watch yourself, Doctor. He's tricky.
Mr. Burle, I've handled hundreds of youngsters. Step inside, sonny.
Okay, folks, we're through. Let's go.
Well, Doctor, how did it go?
Fine. Quick, somebody, give me a cigarette.
Doctor, will he be all right?
No, everything is well. He's a nice boy.
Good. I'll bring Junior back to you tomorrow.
You're kidding.
No, I want you to see him every day.
No, not that.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute.
Don't you
take it easy. No, Junior, please, Doctor.
Milton, it's almost time for that bedtime story Dr. Clyde suggested.
Oh, good, darling. Junior, come here.
What is it now?
Junior, sit down. We're all going to listen to a radio program. I'll turn on the radio.
This is station KLOP. And here, kiddies, is your old Uncle Sleepwell with another adventure of little Josephine in Bingo Bingo Land.
Look, Milton, Junior's eyes are closed.
Isn't he adorable?
Good evening, kiddies. Well, this is Uncle Sleepwell again. When we left little Josephine yesterday, she was walking through the jungle. Suddenly, she stopped and said...
What's that?
An elephant had stepped on little Josephine's foot. Slowly it crushed her toes.
Oh, it's horrible.
Easy, Julia, easy. Slowly the elephant rolled over Josephine. One by one, her ribs snapped.
Mommy, hold my hand.
All around her, gleaming eyes of tigers, lions, panthers. Then they all sprang at her. They tore at her. She tried to run. There was no escape. What will happen?
Tune in again tomorrow, kiddies, and find out what happened to little Josephine. Pleasant dreams.
What will happen to little Josephine?
Junior, go to bed.
Bed? No, I'll see those gleaming eyes. Those breaking bones. No. What happened to little Josephine? Yes, what happened to little Josephine?
Shame on you, darling. Now, take Junior to bed and stop acting like a baby. It was silly. It was only a bedtime story. It's a make-believe.
Come, Junior. Here goes eyes.
How do you like that? Imagine scaring kids like that. Where's that phone? I'll tell him something. Hello? Hello, station KLOP? Let me talk to Uncle Sleepwell. Yes. Hello, Uncle Sleepwell? I want to ask you something. What happened to little Josephine? Tomorrow? Well, I can't wait till tomorrow. I won't be able to sleep. Those gleaming eyes, those screams. What happened to little Josephine? What happened to her? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'll be back just as soon as I get my nerves restrung. In the meantime, here is Mr. Gallup to say...
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made in America, by Americans, to please American taste. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Thank you. Philip Morris is happy to join the National Broadcasting Company in saluting the United Nations during this United Nations Week. Remember, there's a U in United Nations. Good night, folks.
Now to the thousands of store windows and counters all over America. Look for me. I'll be waiting for you. Come in and...
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it, 5. Pipe smokers, try Revelation pipe tobacco, a smooth blend of 5 tobaccos. Yes, relax, take 5, take Revelation, a fine pipe tobacco. The Milton Berle Show was written by Nat Highton and Aaron Rubin. This is Frank Gallup saying goodnight for Philip Morris. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Johnny presents The Milton Berle Show. Here comes Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the spot for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Yes, they'd all... From Radio City, New York, here is the Milton Berle Show.
With Bert Hilton, Jack Albertson, Arnold Stang, Mary Shipp, Jack Hartley, our singing star Dick Farney, the music of Ray Block and his orchestra, and yours truly, Frank Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the great automobile industry, proud makers of Buick, Plymouth, Studebaker. In keeping with this spirit, our star, Milton Berle, will now spend the next half hour making a Nash of himself. And here he is, Milton Berle.
Thank you. Oh, you're in fine diction tonight, Mr. Gallup.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Automobiles, Mr. Gallup. You remember when we used to sing, "Come along with me, Lucille, in my merry Oldsmobile." Today they sing, "Stay at home with me, dear Evie. I'm on the waiting list for a Chevy." I could have said, "I look sharp as any razor in my brand new Kaiser Frazer." I could have said that, but I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, come now, Berle. People are getting new cars.
Yes, they are getting new. You're right, Mr. Gallup. My brother Frank. You know Frank?
Yes, indeed.
Grand boy. $3,000 every week. My brother Frank, he just got a new car, a new 1947 reconvertible coupe.
Reconvertible coupe? You mean convertible?
No, I mean revertible. This is going to louse up the joke now, what I just said. No, I mean revertible, because at the end of the month, it reverts back to the finance company. You get it, Mr. Gallup? You see, you said revertible, and I said convertible, and it reverts back to the...
Berle, if you ever again make me a party to a joke like that, I'll roll up this script and flog you with it.
Mr. Gallup!
You'll give me another straight line like that, and I'll pull out your tongue and braid it around your nose.
Well, Mr. Gallup, well, you should know by now that in order for me to tell a joke, I need a stooge.
A stooge?
Yes.
I, Frank Gallup, a stooge.
No, wait a minute.
I, who was the music commentator for the great Toscanini.
Well, Mr. Gallup.
I, who was once asked by Asher Heifetz to hold his rosin.
But please, Mr. Gallup.
I, the wearer of the Andre Castellanos belt for faithful service to music.
But, Mr. Gallup,
I, a stooge for Milton Berle.
Mr. Gallup,
Quiet, peasant.
Yes, Mr. Gallup, sir.
Mind you, Berle, I don't mind an occasional exchange of quips, as I'm rather good at that sort of thing.
I know you are, Mr. Gallup.
However, in the future, when we engage in a bit of horseplay, allow me to choose which part of the horse I'm going to play.
But, Mr. Gallup, you don't understand. I'm supposed to be the star.
Allegedly, yes. So let us settle it once and for all. Henceforth, all serious matters will be handled by me.
All right.
And let's leave the comedy to Bob Hope.
Mr. Gallup! Mr. Gallup, you've hurt me. Hurt me. Deeply. Painfully and mortally.
Come, Berle, let's not slobber.
Oh, sure, that's the popular sport now, to make insulting jokes about Milton Berle. Go ahead. But let me tell you one thing. I remember every one of those insulting jokes. I use them all later.
Berle, if you've quite finished with this revolting display of self-pity, let us get on with our subject, the automobile industry.
But, Mr. Gallup, why such a depressing subject? Customers fighting with auto dealers, long waiting lists, high prices.
True, Berle. That's why tonight we're taking our listeners back to happier days. Oh, yes, it was just a few years ago when all you had to do was walk into any automobile dealer's showroom, and this is what would happen.
Well. Mr. Berle, so you've come in to buy one of our new cars.
Maybe.
Oh, Mr. Berle, just look at this model. 16 cylinders, mother of pearl spark plugs. Seat covers by Hattie Carnegie. 14-carat piston rings. Chippendale rear view mirror and a tail from an unborn mink for the radiator cap. Oh, Mr. Berle, this car is just for you. Take it, please.
Maybe.
Oh, Mr. Berle, look at that car. Get behind the wheel. Drive it around for a couple of years. If you like it, send us a little something each month. If you don't like it, just dump it somewhere on the street. We'll pick it up later. Oh, please, Mr. Berle, say yes.
Well, I don't know about that radiator cap, that bronze bust of the president of General Motors signing with the United Auto Workers.
You don't like it?
No, I don't.
There. We'll replace it with the head of one of our vice presidents.
In gold?
No, the real head. Oh, Mr. Berle, have a heart. Buy it.
Well, when can I have delivery?
In 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yes.
What's the matter, another strike? Tell me, what's the price?
Well, the list price is $500.
The list? Let me get out of this clip joint.
Oh. Well, wait, Mr. Berle, wait. Naturally, we'll give you a liberal allowance on your old car.
Oh, you will, huh?
Yes.
Let me see. That's my car in the front, that 1922 Essex.
Well, I'll give you $300 on it.
$300?
Yes.
That's the big Grover Cleveland model.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see. It is in good condition. It has a tire. I'll give you $600.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Berle, you'll never regret it. Now, let's see. $500 for the new car, $600 allowance for your old car. Here you are. A check for $100, and here are the keys to your new car. Oh, thank you, Mr. Berle. Come in again, please.
There I go again. No sales resistance.
Yes, those were wonderful days. Well, now let us observe Milton Berle going in to see the same dealer about a new car today.
Excuse me, my name is Berle. Remember?
Yeah. You see that table there, don't you? I want to see $300 under it before I even look at you.
Yes, sir. There it is. Now, I've been on the list since...
Shut up!
Yeah.
The price is $10,000.
$10,000?
Shut up!
Yeah.
That's the list price. There's got to be a little extra in it for me.
Wait a minute. I gave you $300 under the table.
That was for the table. It's yours. Take it home.
But I... Shut up! When can I have delivery?
How old are you?
35.
You'll never make it.
But
Look, forget about it. I got a beautiful used car for you. Just $1,000 and it's yours.
Well, it's a deal. Here's the money. Where's the car?
There it is. A 1922 Essex.
See, my old big Grover Cleveland model. It's just what I've wanted. Thank you. Thank you.
Shut up!
Ah, yes. Yes, Mr. Gallup, those were the wonderful days when you took new cars for granted. When in your shiny new car with that one and only girl, you snuggled up to her and you sang...
Give me the road, the white winding highway. Just let me see the unbeaten byway, and I'll travel along, singing a vagabond song.
Ah, Cynthia. Cynthia. Golden memories of Cynthia. I'll tell you when to laugh, lady, please. In my heart, there is always still that picture of you, Cynthia, speeding down the highway. The top of the car would be down, the throttle of the car would be open, and the owner of the car would be chasing you. On the open road, hitchhiking with Cynthia. Remember that day, Cynthia, when no one would stop for us? You lifted your skirt and you held your leg out on the highway. That stopped the cars for miles. They thought it was a fallen tree. Poor nearsighted Cynthia. Remember how you'd stick your head out of the car window to read the Burma Shave sign? Then one day you stuck your head out too far. Boing, boing, boing. Getting smacked by those signs gave you a smart, stylish look. A sort of off-the-face face. But it was Cynthia's driving that made me love her. What a road hog you were, Cynthia. Used to keep an apple in your mouth. Throw that gag in a writer's mouth, but it was a little thing. I don't think it'll fit. They got too many old ones in there now. But it was the little things I remember about you, Cynthia. Your tinkling little laugh whenever they'd catch you filing the engine numbers off of hot cars. Those tired little lines that would appear around your mouth after a hard night of siphoning gas out of parked cars. Yes, Cynthia, all of your life you were crazy about cars. I guess that's why you turned out to be such an old crank. But as for me,
I'll travel alone, singing a vagabond song.
Thank you. No, please. No, I have none of that. No applause, please. No applause. Now, you see what'll happen? You'll call NBC's attention to the fact that I'm on their network. And it makes them see red. Network. I made it up. Joke. Oh, I'm cooked if they ever find out I'm cooked.
Burl.
You know I'm cooked if... Oh, that's your line. I'm sorry. That's the
Well,
one you
I'd
have.
say tonight, let us take our listeners behind the scenes of the great automobile industry.
No. Well, maybe I'll think about it, Chet.
Well,
what have you got to say next?
if we do...
Yes?
If we do...
Suppose I say we don't want to. And what have you got to read next? I'm in that mood tonight, Mr. Gallup. There will be no fun in the studio. This is between you and me.
Thank you.
Did you hear that applause just then? That was Ray Block trying to keep himself awake, I think. You say that you want to take the listeners behind the scenes of the great automobile industry?
No.
Well, I've got an idea, Mr. Gallup. I've got an idea. You know, being that our whole subject, our automobiles, you know who I'm going to be tonight? Who? Walter P. Burle.
He's that great automotive...
Yes, he's the automotive industry man, the head of that great auto corporation.
And what are you doing?
I'm addressing my board of governors. Gentlemen, I am proud to announce that the new 1947 Burle 8 is on the market. Hurrah, hurrah. That's the spirit. Gentlemen, we have to do something about our salesmanship now. Every one of us has got to get out there and push the new Burle 8. That's the only way it'll go. And don't worry, gentlemen, we have a new gadget that will revolutionize the auto industry.
What's the new gadget, boss?
What's the new gadget, boy? Go find out for yourself. I'm busy. I have to put Johnny on the spot. Tell me, Johnny, why is Philip Morris so much better to smoke?
Here's your answer, sir. It's because the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get.
Right, Johnny. Philip Morris is the one leading cigarette with an exclusive difference in manufacture. The only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure.
Doesn't every smoker know that?
No. If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. For perfect smoking pleasure, try a pack of Philip Morris today.
That was My Heart as a Hobo. Arrangements by Flash Gordon. That was Ray Block, the Philip Morris Orchestra. And Ray, your music and your orchestra is swell. Your playing can be summed up in 2 words. More rehearsals. And now, as we continue our salute to the great automotive industry, we now present...
Automobile Forum tonight. Automobile Forum tonight. The question, do you close the new Studebaker with a door or a cork?
Nothing. Thank you, Mr. Gallup. And now you're back on Prudential. And now, let us proceed with the questions about automobiles. Let's start with this gentleman opening the bottle of beer with his teeth. Yes, sir?
Mr. Berle, I'm tired of the same old wreck year in and year out.
The same old wreck?
On the street, people always point and say, look at that old heap.
Then why don't you get rid of the old heap?
I'd like to, but she won't give me a divorce.
Thank you. Let's move on. All right, this young man wearing the chintz knickers. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Lady Esther.
Lady Esther?
Yeah, but I'm not the real Lady Esther.
Oh, you're not?
No, the real one got a deeper voice.
Oh, that's true.
My father gave me the name Lady Esther because he said I belonged in a jar.
I see.
Before I changed my name to Lady Esther, I had a boy's name.
A boy's name? What was it?
Lady Mendel.
All right, Lady Esther, you have something to say about the new automobiles?
Yeah, but I don't feel like talking right now.
Well, if you talk...
I'm a funny guy. If I don't feel like talking, I don't talk.
Yeah, but when...
Nobody can make me talk either. Did you hear about it?
I know that.
Stop nagging me. I'm telling you, my lips are sealed.
All right.
I'm a citizen. You can't make me talk if you burn my feet with candles.
Look, we're trying...
I'm a citizen. You can't make me talk even if you miss the district this day.
Yeah, but we're trying...
I'm a citizen. You can't make me talk if you beat me, torture me, throw me in solitary.
Please,
go on, hit me. You're screaming for my blood, but I ain't talking.
Let us not create a disturbance. Young man, if you have a question, let's hear it.
Okay. Would you like to tweeze my eyebrows?
Oh, please. Let's get on to the ladies. All right, this lady in the aisle shaking paprika on the frog's legs. Young lady, what is your name, please?
Tallulah Feeney, I'm a homemaker.
I see. And you have a question?
Yeah, how can I stop my husband from tinkering with cars?
Your husband likes to tinker?
He's the biggest tinker in the neighborhood.
Really?
He likes to take cars apart. Once he took a car apart in 30 seconds.
30 seconds? He must have had help.
Yeah, from a telephone pole.
I see what you mean.
What a picture he makes every Saturday, rolling down the highway.
What's wrong with that?
I got to sober him up and help him back in the car.
I understand.
Him and his fancy driving. You should see how he can stop on a dime. For doing that, they threw him in jail.
They threw him in jail for stopping on a dime?
Yeah, the dime was in a pedestrian's pocket.
Oh, gee, that's terrible.
You should see them gadgets for the car. He even got a raccoon tail. It's amazing.
What's amazing about having a raccoon tail?
Growing out of him?
Oh, that's different.
Whenever I'm with him, he drives with one hand. It's insulting.
That's romantic. What's insulting about your husband driving with one hand?
What's insulting? The other hand he keeps on his wallet.
That did it. Thank you very much. And now, as the most appropriate closing to our automobile forum, let us all join together and sing... There are cars that look so snappy. There are cars that never go. There's a car to suit the speedy driver. There's one for the Sunday driving schmo.
There are cars of every make and color, jalopies and reconverted cans.
But the cars that fill our hands with money are the ones we sell to the smiling Irishman. Schman, 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 schman.
I love those automobile songs.
Don't you like those automobile songs? Mr. Gallup, I know everything about automobiles. I really do.
Well, I'm sure that you've had some experience that you'd like to tell us about.
Yes, I would love to tell you about... Mr. Gallup, one summer I decided to take the family on a motoring trip up to Canada. So the night before, we were all packing, and I'll never forget. Darling, will you hurry up and finish packing? We got to get to bed early. We're getting up at 6.
Relax, Milton.
Yeah, take it easy, Pop. You'll last longer.
Oh, darling, this is awful. I was through packing 2 hours ago.
I'm packing. A toothbrush and a racing form.
Quiet. It's just a camping trip up north.
Yeah, but a racing form. What are you going to bet on, Moose?
Quiet. Junior, we're going up to the Canadian woods. Wait a minute. What's the idea of packing your new sailor suit?
Well, I might run into one of the Own sisters. They're just my age, you know.
Did you hear Junior, darling? He has romance at his age. He got that from me.
I wish you'd give it back to you. You could use it.
It's very funny. Come on, darling. Let's go to bed. I'll turn out the lights, dear.
All right, Milton. Good night, Junior.
Oh, no. That knock. That must be Sam Harrison and his wife, Martha. If that corny windbag gets his foot in the door...
Now, Milton, they're neighbors. Be nice.
I'll brush them off. Come in.
Well, howdy doody do da do.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Martha.
Well, saw your jalopy outside, all packed for a trip, so I said, there goes the Burles off on a nice long trip, and we haven't even said goodbye. Let's drop over. Isn't that what I said, Martha?
Yes.
Awfully nice of you, Sam. Yeah, we're leaving for Canada in the morning.
Canada?
Yeah.
Well, the minute I saw those sleeping bags on the front bumper, I said, they're going to Canada. Didn't I, Martha?
Yes.
Look, folks, we're getting up at 6 in the morning, Sam, so we're all about to get ready.
There's nothing like an early start. Reminds me of the time Martha and I drove up to Albany for his sister's wedding.
Sam, it's late, please.
It's a very swell story, Milt. Little long, perhaps.
Yes.
Some other time, Sam. Thanks very much for dropping in.
Tell us, Sam, what happened on your trip to Albany?
Julia, how many times have I told you to keep quiet when adults are talking?
Well, Milt, we all went to bed early. And you know, we were in the sack 10 minutes when the telephone rings. It was the gas company. No, wait. Say, Martha.
Yes?
Was it the gas company?
Yes.
All right. It was the gas company. Now, look, Sam.
Well, sir, 10 minutes later, a phone call.
Yes, Sam, please.
So here I am, parked outside a filling station, waiting for Martha to come out. Milton, you're not listening.
Milton, wake up.
Who deals? Sam, look at the clock. It's 2 in the morning.
Well, so long, Milton. Nice seeing you. Wasn't it, Martha?
Yes.
Goodbye, Sam. Goodbye, Martha. Oh, brother. Quick, darling, let's get to bed. No, please. Sam!
Canada! You know, it just dawned on me you're going to Canada! Martha and I took a trip to Canada 10 years ago. Didn't we, Martha?
Yes.
Sam, please, it's just a camping trip.
A camping trip, did you say?
Yes.
Well, look what happened to us. Martha was almost attacked by a bear. Weren't you, dear?
Yes.
What did she do? Talk her way out of it? Sam, please.
And that's not all.
Oh, no.
Martha accidentally put some poison ivy in a mixed green salad. Why, you should have seen my mouth. For 3 whole days I couldn't talk. Isn't that right, Martha?
Yes.
Sam, please.
Milton, look, why don't you go to Atlantic City?
Sam.
Oh, Atlantic City. That's where little Martha and I spent our honeymoon. Isn't it, dear?
Yes.
Sam, please. Oh, that Atlantic City. That saltwater taffy for breakfast.
Sam.
Come on. We'd better run along.
Sam.
Martha.
Yes.
Sam.
Well, see you in Atlantic City. Atlantic City? At this time of the year?
Go home.
Why, the place for you is Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Go home.
Oh, every day, swimming in that sulfur.
Go home.
Makes you mad.
Go to Canada.
Lazy afternoons in the steam room.
Go to Hot Springs.
Of course, if you don't like Southern cooking, there's always Niagara Falls.
Go to...
Hey, Pop, watch that driving. Wake up!
All right, good.
That morning air. Are you sure this is the way to Niagara Falls, Sam?
Well, this is the way we always go. Hey, Martha?
Yes.
Boy, it is nice now, too.
Sam.
That rolling surf.
Go home. Thank you. I'll be back in just a moment, ready or not. And in the meantime, here is Mr. Gallup with 2 words.
Philip Morris is the only leading cigarette scientifically proved far less irritating to the nose and throat. Remember, less irritation means more enjoyment. That's why the Philip Morris smoker really gets what other smokers only hope to get. Better taste, finer flavor, perfect smoking pleasure. Yes, it's true.
If every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris. Made in America, by Americans, to please American tastes. Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Daylight saving time ends in certain areas on September 28th. This may change the time at which the Milton Berle Show is heard in your community. Please check your local newspaper for the time at which this program will be heard next Tuesday and each Tuesday thereafter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gallup. And while you're mentioning things, would you mention that starting tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm appearing in person at the Roxy Theater here in New York?
No.
Well, you won't even mention that I'm funnier than ever and that I have some new jokes?
No.
Fine cooperation. As far as you're concerned, I could drop dead.
Yes.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Thousands of store windows and counters all over America. Look for me. I'll be waiting for you. Come in and call for Philip
Yes, if every smoker knew what Philip Morris smokers know, they'd all change to Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. And now, goodbye, Johnny. See you next Tuesday, same station, when Philip Morris will again present the Milton Berle Show. Until then...
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it, 5. Pipe smokers, try Revelation Pipe Tobacco, a smooth blend of 5 tobaccos. Yes, relax, take 5, take Revelation, a fine pipe tobacco. The Milton Berle Show was written by Matt Hyken and Alan Rubin. This is Frank Gallup saying goodnight for Philip Morris.
This is NBC, the national broadcast.